I'm gonna survive 100 days in Fantasy Minecraft Hardcore. This mod pack completely overhauls the standard Minecraft experience, turning it into the ultimate RPG adventure. There's multiple skill trees, incredible structures, and an in-depth quest line with many different bosses to defeat. I may or may not have min-maxed the entire skill tree and armor and accessory system in the mod pack and become an unkillable god by the end of the video, so if that sounds entertaining, sit back, get comfy, and grab your snacks. We're about to spend 100 days in Fantasy Minecraft Hardcore. Before we actually spawn into our new world, we get to pick our race. What I always find funny about fantasy mod packs is that sure, they'll give you a lot of different options with a bunch of different abilities, but there's always some insane drawback that makes the ability basically worthless. Let's take the Banshee for example. Sure, there's a bunch of different special powers and yada yada yada, but you scroll down all the way to the bottom and oh, I start the world with 50% less health. With that being said though, we're not going to play as the regular human because that's like going to a fancy restaurant and ordering chicken nuggets. That's just so bland and boring. So with that being said, this 100 days we are going to be playing as a knight. We always take less damage, we do have to eat more, which really isn't that much of a downside. We always start our journey with a shield, and we always deal more damage ourselves. So with that being said, let's get started. We seem to have spawned almost directly on top of Mount Everest. There is a forest down there which we'll be checking out soon, but first we have this structure. Hopefully there's no traps, so this will be a new world record for how fast I can fail a 100 days video. There's a level 8 mana leech. No idea how much damage he does. It's only 1 heart, so I think we should be fine. Okay, that might be a bit more of a problem. Let's just grab all the loot as quickly as we can and get out of here. There's actually custom attacking animations, which is really cool. There is a whole skill tree and a bunch of other different mechanics that I'm going to need to get acquainted with, but we will figure that out later. Let's leave this mountain, hopefully not get stuck in some powdered snow, and grab some starting wood. Even collecting wood in this mod pack is different. We have to slowly punch through each layer of the log. The useful part though is that the whole tree comes down when you finally break your little piece of wood. We've now got ourselves a crafting table and some sticks, and like any classic Minecraft adventure, we'll begin with a wooden pickaxe. We'll then hack away at some stone for a few minutes, and then we'll immediately replace our wooden tools with stone ones. What's interesting about this mod pack is that tools can be crafted with modifiers on them. For example, we have an uncommon stone axe, and that's all well and good because you get some nice little bonuses like extra damage and all that kind of stuff, but then it's not so great when you get a rubbish stone pickaxe with minus 20% dig speed. And I've actually just realized that first wooden pickaxe we crafted is legendary. Of course I rolled legendary on the worst tool in the entire game. At least we got a rare stone sword. That's pretty decent. There is also a nice little bit of iron in this tiny mine I've created. Okay, well I was hoping it was more than 1 ore, but evidently not. With our basic gear assembled, let's see if we can't get acquainted with a villager or two. And by that I obviously mean pillage their town, leave them penniless, and probably inflict lasting trauma. And talking of all those wonderful things we're about to do, here we are. We can already claim a bed, as well as more basic supplies. This guy's a level 3 unemployed. You know, I've heard there's a secret level 100 unemployed if we can find a villager that plays League of Legends. This mod pack has the right idea. I'm glad the children are classified as unemployed, because that implies they can be forced to do manual labor. We've got a waystone, which will allow us to teleport between POIs, otherwise known as points of interest if you're not a complete nerd. We've also got a lovely forest fire starting, and I'm actually going to put this out, not because I care about the villagers, but because otherwise my PC is going to start lagging. Okay guys, this might be getting slightly out of hand. This village may be toast. Let's just walk away and hope that someone will take care of it. We've got a library full of knowledge, which we shall pillage to upgrade our enchanting table later, as well as a jaw-dropping 2 candles. Why is his head like that? He looks like he decided to put a lamp on his head as a fashion statement and then it got stuck. Also, I don't know how I didn't notice you before, but you are staying in there. Enjoy your life of being stuck in a 3x... Oh my god, don't do that. That's actually a pretty underpowered creeper, given he only gave us the blindness effect. Not that I'm complaining. We've also got this little ruined tower right here that we'll ransack. We've got some starting furnaces. Very nice. A bit of bread as well. There's a cloud passing directly through this room, so I have to crouch so that we can actually see properly. We may as well collect a free brewing stand as well as some nether wart. And these bookshelves actually have some enchanted books in them. We're going to need to keep an eye out for cows or any other leather-based mammals so that we can craft ourselves a fancy backpack to hold all of our new additional items. The top of this tower is like Schrodinger's chest. There could be a chest here, but there also could not be. I'm just gonna spare you the details. There's not a chest up here. Moving on, let's see what else we can find. In these big mod packs with lots to do, I like stealing a house at the very start so that I can get set up, and then later on when I'm more established, I build my actual base. That way the start of the video doesn't get really slow and tedious while I'm trying to collect hundreds of logs with my iron axe. Instead, we can focus on the cool stuff like fighting weird guys like him. That guy's sword is way bigger than it needs to be. I don't know if there's any extra mechanics with this combat that I'm missing, but I really hope not. We've got another one of these towers, which probably doesn't have... Ooh, never mind. Although this chainmail helmet really isn't as good as I thought it would be. It gives us +3 armor, but -1 health. I'll equip it anyway. We do need some armor. We've also got one of the worst iron pickaxes I have ever seen. However, we do have a mini enchanting area with an anvil, so that more than makes up for it. I always find it funny how the enchantment table is crafted with obsidian, but you can just mine it with any old pickaxe. We've also got some potions of meltdowns, which the toddlers in my local Tesco seem to be enjoying all the time. And also no chest again. Oh, wait, there's actually a little hidden basement to these areas. It's not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Although having said that, there are a lot of hay bales, which we can use to make plenty of bread. Oh no. Okay, why is he here? I thought I was hearing weird noises. There was a spider hiding in the hay. Also, we have a new skill point. So we press K, which opens the skill tree. I believe we have to pick one of these 3 starting areas. So we've got Path of the Initiate for magic, Path of the Wayfarer for movement, and Path of the Warrior for knights. It's obviously a given. We are taking Path of the Warrior. I'm not 100% sure. I'm fairly certain that it makes these 2 paths inaccessible, but that is to be expected. There's more spidery sounds coming from this hay, so we got to be prepared for more spiders to jump out at us. I didn't realize. I thought they were actually spawning when we broke the hay blocks. It was a spawner. When you break spawners, you get spirit orbs. I've had some experience with these in other mod packs, and you can use these to drastically increase your health. That floating island right there might contain some good loot. We've still got to be careful though, because we're in the early stage of a Minecraft mod pack where we could get randomly hard stomped by an enemy wearing armor. I had a quick look through the keybinds, and I can confirm there was something I was missing about the combat. We have a dodge roll. I'm gonna have to do my best to consciously use the roll, because otherwise I'll completely forget it exists and then die to a boss because I didn't use it. Right, well, here we are at the island. We obviously don't have a water bucket at the moment, so if I somehow lose my footing and slip off here, I'm gonna resemble some delicious jam pancakes. Seems pretty normal though. We've just got a church, and that's kind of it. Yeah, potion of strength for 8 minutes though. I could get behind that. The chest has some normal Minecraft stuff as well as some heavenly cookies. I have no idea who baked these, probably Gordon Ramsay's grandma, but I am very thankful all the same. Yes, a piece of gear that doesn't suck immediately. Some uncommon iron boots with no other drawbacks. Why is that? There we go. The text disappeared for some reason. There's also plenty of apples, which is very nice. I'm going to leave behind these steel ingots that we got from that very first structure because I don't really know what they do, and as far as I could tell, I couldn't figure it out, so we'll leave them for now. We're starting to overdo it with the achievements now. Why have I been given one for getting an apple? I'm gonna mine a dirt block in a minute, and then the game's gonna go dun or heroic, and it's gonna be like soil collector or something. There is a bunch of coal and iron on the island, but I really do not want to be maneuvering around trying to mine that up, so we will go and raid this village instead. There's some kind of giant glass dome in the center, which I can only assume is some kind of greenhouse or conservatory, but the sad thing is, the only thing it reminds me of is that gigantic sphere thing they have in Las Vegas that they just put stupid emojis on. We could commit to the terribly boring act of chopping down all of these planks to get to the bottom, or we could do something actually cool and hop in a boat and just fly straight off. Who cares about the consequences of gravity on the human body when you've got yourself a boat? Looks like someone from those Minecraft noob versus pro videos has been here before us. I gotta get with the times. This is actually more like those stupid TikToks with Subway Surfers underneath them, where it's like, this is your house if you swipe away from the video. Unsurprisingly, there's nothing of value inside. Why am I spending so much of my life on a stupid dirt house? What is wrong with me? This is a very nice, quaint little village, although the iron golem is definitely the supermarket brand variety. This entire village is just equipped with stuff that was bought from the Walmart clearance section. Why is the enchantment table a knockoff? No, I'm kidding. This knockoff enchantment table does actually have a purpose. I believe it's so that we can access some very specific, useful enchantments. That is something for later on, though. I do appreciate a bunch of free books, and this chest has some leather for our first backpack. I don't even know what to throw out to make space for this. I mean, these these enchanted books could be completely trash. I'm sure this one isn't because the name is purple, so that's got to be something useful. But some of these could be amazing or they could be terrible. I just don't know. I'll get rid of this one piece of raw iron. I mean, look at that. Lightning bound 4. Chance to summon a lightning strike when you hit something. That sounds really, really useful. I swear there's a button that you can use to see what this can actually enchant, but I don't know what it is. There's also a book and quill in here, which we obviously won't be taking, but am I the only one who's always wanted to try writing with a giant feathery quill? I even just did a little writing motion with my hand, even though you guys obviously can't see that. Ooh, this is a pretty good find. A flaming quiver, which will automatically make all of our arrows flaming arrows. I'm trying to equip this thing right now, but I cannot for the life of me make this work. Oh, okay, I understand it now. So this is effectively a consumable item. We click it when we want to use it, and then for a set amount of time, our arrows become flaming arrows. That's interesting, but also way less useful. Also, I've been holding on to this ancient scroll since the very beginning when we stole it, and I don't really know how it works. It's apparently an accelerate scroll, and if I had to guess, it's going to give us a temporary boost in speed. Well, I've used it. I don't feel any faster. And I've also just found this tab right here with a bunch of different abilities, so maybe it increased one of those, or gave us a skill point, or I don't know. I'm just a complete noob at this, which I hate. I hate being bad at things. It's going to be a long road to defeating the bosses in this mod pack. This is definitely a nice little settlement, but not where I want to set up camp. This chest has some healing runes, which I believe will be useful later on. There's actually a second village right next to this one, but we won't bother exploring it. Let's just continue on our way. I definitely wouldn't mind a horse right about now. I'm going to go ahead and set a like goal of 3 likes for this video. Now, I know that's a lot, but if we all press the button right now, we all do it collectively at the same time, we might just be able to hit that goal. Is it just me, or does the pickaxe look too much like a hoe? Because I keep getting confused and thinking I've got the wrong tool out. Something great in this mod pack that I want to take a moment to commend is the really, really smooth performance. Usually when I record big mod packs for videos, I can physically hear my PC trying not to explode. For example, medieval Minecraft was especially bad, but this is just super smooth. It genuinely runs like a dream. This feels like Minecraft plot armor at this point. I've been talking about wanting a house, and a perfect one just shows up out of nowhere. It's even got a lovely little fireplace, which hopefully won't ignite the walls and then the rest of the house. This chest actually has a pair of chainmail boots with cursor binding, which means that the fireplace is already proving its worth because we're going to throw those straight into it. Let's set about smashing up the furniture so we can clear space for our chests. While I really do like the ambiance of the fireplace, the flame noise that Minecraft plays every 10 seconds or so is definitely going to get irritating, so I'm going to put it out for now. Or not. I'm just going to embarrassingly swing my axe. Can you go out? Thank you. Listen to the sound the anvil makes when you place it down. That is a powerful anvil. Do not underestimate this thing. It sounds like it would destroy an entire building by itself. Now that we're all nice and set up with our very own home, let's check out the quests. Looks like we've got a few little starting quests that are giving us some free rewards. See, this is useful. This is explaining about reforging. So if we do roll something terrible on our new diamond pickaxe, for example, we can just reforge it using an anvil. Oh, and here we go. This is the page containing the main bosses of the mod pack. We have to work our way up from this quest. So we first take on these guys, then we move to these guys, and then finally I believe these two spawn together. We've got some more free stuff. So this is where we are right now, chapter 1. There are some optional quests like taming a dog or observing a Zarpatak, but we're going to be doing the main quest line for now. We should be done with chapter 1 fairly soon, because after we've crafted a full set of iron armor, the next quest is to find a village, and then the final quest is to look at the villagers. It's going to be really difficult and challenging. We've got some normal chapter 1 type quests here, like observing a cat, but we've also got stuff like observing a warden. For fun. A mining trip is the logical next step, but first we're going to go and climb on top of that cloud. I have no idea what these ores are that are embedded in it, but I really want to know. There's a whole farm's worth of animals outside. We've got ducks, pigs, cows, orange cows. We're going to have to breed these guys both for a source of food and to craft our first backpack. We have made it to the cloud. It's kind of hard to see, but apparently this stuff is cloud iron. And it just turns into iron nuggets. That's so bad. This whole thing was a waste of time. I'm so let down. There's actually a mini pillager camp right next to our base, so we'll be raiding that later. Although now that I think about it, my experience with these blackstone meteors from other mod packs is that there's usually ancient debris inside. We'll swing by and take a look now, and then we'll go mining. Looks looks like someone's already come over to try and start a fight. Get out of here. Hopefully there's not too many of them, otherwise this is going to get pretty ugly. That's a Vindicator. We got to be careful here. Ooh, the axe attacks so slowly. I'm actually going to die. I'm actually going to die. The heavenly cookies give you speed too. That's really useful. Definitely a few growing pains with the new combat system, but I'll figure it out. Let's get a crit on him. There we go. I just want to see what's inside this meteor. Is it ancient debris? It is. Look at that. There's 4 ancient debris in here waiting for us to collect it. Although we can't collect it at the moment because we have an iron pickaxe, which is why we need to go mining. Let's make a bunch of extra bread. And in another useful turn of events, there's a cave directly below our house. We've got some salt ore. No idea what it does, but we might as well collect it. Of course, we do also have the standard things like coal. We've got 2 skill points at the moment, so let's go with plus 10% max health. And then for good measure, we'll get another 10% max health. Since this is hardcore, the best thing early game isn't to try and do more damage, it's just to focus on staying alive, which I'm actually not doing a very good job at because the skeleton's about to kill me. I need full iron ASAP, man. I just can't deal with enemies at the moment. Thankfully, this zombie with the giant sword is going to do it for us. That skeleton just won the fight against the zombie. That is never supposed to happen. These mobs are packing some insane damage output in this mod pack. I'm going to work towards this major skill first, the swordful skill, where our melee hits have a chance to cool down a sword from the sky. In order to get that, I believe we're going to have to unlock all of these, but I'm not 100% sure. Although somehow I managed to accidentally spend a skill point on movement speed, so we're no closer to unlocking this. That's that natural Minecraft talent, you know what I mean? If I could just get some iron to complete my set and not get jumped by skeletons every 3 minutes, I would really appreciate that. Why is there a dinosaur in these caves? It is just never that serious. I just want some iron armor. Our shield is also incredibly mid because it doesn't actually fully block all damage taken. Can you please just die? Please? How many hits do these guys take? Oh my god. If we didn't have the health boost there, we would have just died on the spot. We have got a mine shaft here, but this does not seem like a very good idea given how weak we are at the moment. There's also some verglass ore. We're going to skirt around Barney, the big blue dinosaur here, just because I do not want to get jumped. I genuinely cannot wait until we have a weapon that does more than just tickle the enemies. We've got more new ores here, the Banglum ore, as well as an entire horde of enemies, so let's get out of the way. There's some kind of mob spawner with some chests. We do need those. There's some silver ore here. I'm just going to mine everything remotely shiny. I'm like a magpie. That is a giant bunny that looks like it wants to kill me, as well as a baby witch. Who invents these creatures? Why would you ever add this thing to the game? It's hideous. At least we can just kill it like a normal witch. Just spam melee attacks and eventually they just fold over. Right, I'm not going to waste our skill points this time. We're going to get plus 3 stamina and plus 2 melee damage. It looks like we just need 1 more skill point to unlock swordfall. The thing is, I really want to get to that loot, but I also don't want to risk this bunny killing us. We're also getting jumped by enemies again. I sure do love cowering in a wooden box. Could you just give it a rest? Throughout all this suffering, I've so far only managed to acquire 5 pieces of iron. The bunny is still on the prowl, but it looks like he's gotten stuck down there. And there's more skeletons getting involved. Awesome. We're gonna have to be prepared to run from the bunny at a moment's notice. Let's quickly break the spawner. Wait, the bunny's protecting the chest. We can't open them while he's alive. Okay, well, this chest is locked, but thankfully this one isn't. There's an iron dagger, which is probably better than our stone sword. We've also got a gold quartz ring that we're gonna grab, a coin pouch, a gold quartz amulet, a bucket, that's rather useful, and a paladin's chestplate with -2 max health, so pretty garbage. Skeletons aren't supposed to hold swords. This guy got the wrong script. I've equipped our necklace and our ring. We should be good to go now. Oh my god. Okay, everyone just calm down just slightly. Maybe. Just a crazy thought. Why don't we all let Mozi play the game? Oh, get combo. Now I'm comboing you. Oh, you like that? He does not like that. That's what I thought. I'm not joking. This dagger is doing half a heart of damage to this zombie. Oh, it's all alright though, because we got given a broom for our efforts. The depressing part is that I'm pretty sure this is better than our dagger. We've also got a corrupted round shield, so we'll replace our current one with this. Although since the broom is a two-handed weapon, we can't use the shield unless we switch to something else. Here's the question though. Can we take down this rabbit with our broom? Wonder if we can just get in a spot where we can cheese him. That's probably the best plan. Yes, he's stuck. He's a moron. We're just going to keep whacking him over the head with this broom and eventually he'll die. He does have 60 health and resistance too, so I'm very glad he got stuck because I'm pretty sure he would have killed us instantly. Give me my good loot. Imagine having 60 health, being a giant mutant rabbit, probably being the alpha of the rabbit pack, and then you just get smacked over the head repeatedly with a broom until you die. For our efforts, we've been awarded a golden apple as well as a balloon. It doesn't just go on our back. No, it gets stuck directly to our helmet. It gives us a really floaty jump, which is going to be really useful for traveling, but I don't know how practical difficult this is going to be for fighting. Life often presents choices like this, where you can either be cool and mysterious, or you can just be silly and whimsical and attach a balloon to your head so you can fly around in fights. Whee! Whee! Look at this zombie. He's definitely trying to be the cool and mysterious type. Look at that helmet. And you know what he's getting defeated by? A British man with a balloon tied to his head, whacking him with a broom. Can you just die already? This is going on way too long. Thank you. The spiders in this mod pack are hideous. Look at them. I do like the fact that they actually crawl, though. That's really cool. Even in this mod pack, where everything does more damage, the spiders still suck. We've got more new ores. This is more kites. We've also finally got some more iron, which is nice. There's also tough orichalcum. I don't actually know if we're going to be able to mine this with iron. We are not. I really wasn't expecting this. This is actually diamond. No, creeper. No, 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 no. Don't blow all this up for me, please. Thank you. Flying broom attack, which I missed. I don't know why I didn't move away from him. In his eyes, I just stared death directly in the face. If there was ever a time to get a good roll on something, it would be now. Please don't give me a trash diamond pickaxe. It does have minus 10% dig speed, which is really rough, but it does get +1 reach, so I'll take it. I mean, it could be a lot worse. It could be like this piece of trash. I don't know when we got this, but we've also found a rare iron hammer, so we'll swap out the broom for that. And now we can actually mine this orichalcum. The armor that this can craft looks absolutely sick. Gotta be on the hunt for more orichalcum. Noted. Every time we attack with the hammer, our shield gets directly in the way, so we're gonna unequip that for now. I see more orichalcum. I am honed in on this stuff now. This balloon has actually been an amazing find, because not having to worry about full damage this early on in the game is so useful. That's a skeleton spawner though, so let's be careful here. Our hammer does seem to do some actual damage now, so that's quite nice. We can actually do damage to enemies. It is really hard to land crits because of the balloon's jumping ability, but still, we're doing some damage. We'll definitely be unequipping the balloon by mid-game, but for now, it's still useful. I thought these ingots were actually useful for a second and got excited. It's just copper. But we've also found lightning bound. I can't even read those numerals because I don't know what they mean. X is 10, so that's 32 minimum. I don't know what an L is. Is that like 100? I just googled it. L is 50, which means this is lightning bound 82. I don't know what we can enchant with this, but rest assured, we will be enchanting something with this. I'm pretty sure you could put this on a dirt block and it would probably instantly kill anything with the amount of lightning summoned. We've also got a really good weapon, an epic iron club. For once, we have a weapon with no red minuses. It's all pluses. Ooh, plus a tier 1 harvest staff, which allows us to easily collect crops and fertilize them. Let's make sure to grab all of this orichalcum. This stuff is more what I would have in mind for diamond ore in this mod pack's texture pack style, but no, this is actually silver. Face the might of my new club, skeleton. Let's get him to shoot the zombie so that he'll help us. So far, it's really not working. I'm actually going to die if I'm not careful. No, 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 no. It is so difficult to get a crit, but I need this balloon because we can do stuff like this. That's definitely deep slate diamond. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, get a life, skeleton. Go away. Every mob in this mod pack, aside from the bosses, they're all just jobless bums. They probably just sit at home all day and play video games. Wait, we've got a mithril drill upgrade. This could be pretty useful. We've also got a new trinket, the obsidian skull, making us temporarily immune to fire damage. Although, as I'm explaining it, I'm getting attacked by another skeleton. This guy's full armor with iron leggings and a gold chestplate. Our chestplate has also broken, so I'm going to back off for a second and smelt all of our iron up. We've burnt through half of our food supply so far, so we're still decently well off. We could smelt up our orichalcum into orichalcum ingots, but there's actually a better thing we can do, which is to save it and use something called alloy forging to turn orichalcum, mithril, and adamantite into hallowed ingots. It can also be forged into metallurgium, which is one of the best metals in this game, but we're obviously not going to be going for that right away. We have 2 extra skill points, so let's grab Swordfall. We're also naturally going to want some extra movement speed to make us more versatile in fights, and while we go through that path, we'll end up unlocking Twin Strike, which gives our melee hits a chance to hit twice. Plus, I hate how slow we attack at the moment, but eventually we'll be able to buff our attack speed. Extra movement speed it is. Let's grab ourselves an iron chest plate. Please don't be terrible. It's pretty terrible. I mean, minus 30% durability, but the leggings are going to be way better. They were. And while we're here, let's upgrade to a diamond sword. And it's mythic. Oh my days. I don't even know that was a modifier. I thought the highest you could get was legendary. Are you kidding me? 9 attack damage, plus 15% crit, plus 50% durability. This thing, no joke, is stronger than a sharpness 3 nether netherite sword. We still need to get a little bit more iron so we can craft an iron sword and an iron helmet. It's just an all-out war at this point. There's so many skeletons here. I'm actually nearly dying, so not great. No, let's not die here, please. Oh my god. I'm glad to see that despite our new iron armor, absolutely nothing has changed. And we just crafted a pair of iron boots so bad, I'm not even going to equip them. I do need to remember that there's also the ability to parry with a shield. I think I've spent more time in the past 10 minutes inside this box than out of it. If I could just collect the loot in this mine shaft, that would be really nice. Okay, let's all maybe just chill. I've got to keep this guy back. Ooh, cloud in a bottle with a double jump. And I'm getting attacked again. Oh my god, I'm actually going to lose my mind with these skeletons. Wait, no, our balloon's got 0 durability left. It was fun while it lasted, but it was starting to get annoying. Now we can actually crit these guys and kill them easily. We've got a song by someone called Sigma, so I have no further words for that. We've now got our cloud in a bottle equipped, giving us the double jump, which has just stuck me inside a cobweb. Let's press on through these skeleton-infested mines. There's got to be more good loot in here. Oh my god, let's all chill. Okay, guys, I'm going to do something called boring strip mining now because I really don't want to die. We've already stumbled into something, as well as some diamonds. Well, I should say as well as a diamond. Let's see what this chest has. It's got a golden apple. That's pretty good. And also an iron pickaxe with Lucky Miner 38. And this increases the likelihood of the user finding ores around them as they mine. This does seem rather useful, so I'm gonna try it out. This is also the perfect time for a subscription checkpoint. If you're enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing. I mean, the button even lights up when I say the word subscribe. You can look for yourself. Subscribe. Also, for those of you that think you're already subscribed, double check because there's a glitch on YouTube where people get randomly unsubscribed, so you might think you're subscribed when you're actually not. We found some deep slate emerald. I don't know if that's as a result of the pickaxe or whether that was there originally. There's also some silver, which I do not care about. So far though, this pickaxe really doesn't seem that useful. I'm not sure which mod pack is harder yet, medieval Minecraft or fantasy Minecraft, because medieval has a lot more unfair spawns where there's enemies that are just way too strong that can just randomly appear and kill you, but this spawns way more individually strong mobs. Even just normal skeletons and zombies take so many hits in order to kill them. Orichalcum, let's go. Despite what I said earlier, we might actually just get a full set of Orichalcum early instead of trying to get hallowed, just to start us off. Hey, we found our first bits of adamantite, and it's a pretty big vein as well. We've also found some carmots. It can be used to make weapons with bonus looting, so that could be useful for maybe grinding wither skulls. I'm gonna have to double check the footage once we leave because I have got no idea where our house is. Oh wow, look at this stuff. It gives us gems which we can use to make trinkets, but we do not have the inventory space for that right now. There might be mithril up there, I'm not sure. Please, it is mithril. It was 1 piece. No, we can make 1 hallowed ingot out of the 24 required. There's some kind of deep slate structure here. That's a corruptive vindicator. I just got a glimpse of him. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't have a very good feeling about this place. Why can't I hate you? This thing is hideous. We are gonna have to be really careful here. Part of the problem is that I just don't know what to expect. We've got 2 trapdoors here, and the books on these lecterns are telling us that one holds a prize, the other means certain demise. Seek the books to know, and the answer will show. Don't be a fool at the cost of your armor and tool. I'm noticing that this book has this squiggle at the bottom, whereas this book has a hash. Let's explore a bit more of this place, and maybe we'll get a better answer. We've got a sarcophagus here that we can open. Oh, but it spawns enemies. Okay. Yeah, we're robbing your grave. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. I mean, there's not really anything useful in here. There's also some coffins here. There is an epic iron shovel. That's not bad. Ooh, ender pearls. Very nice. There are so many of these sarcophagus things. There's a bunch of dark iron ingots, which we could grab. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. No! Oh my... 1 HP. Literally 1 HP. I don't quite know how I'm still alive at this point. We can use this corruption as well as these dark iron ingots and some bones to craft an ossuary. And I thought this thing was going to let us do some really cool dark enchanting or something, but apparently I just googled it and it's used to craft bone block decorations. Our chest plate is broken once again, so we'll craft a new one. We'll also smelt up some more iron. We'll go ahead and make an iron helmet, which is absolutely garbage, so we're going to have to make a second one. We'll go ahead and make an iron helmet, which is hopefully not completely terrible again. Are you serious? I don't have infinite iron here, game. Can I please get a helmet that's just not terrible? Just a normal iron helmet will be fine. Right, come on. Normal iron helmet. That's all I want. It's, you know what? It's somehow still -1 max health, but at least it's not terrible. We'll also make some boots, which are decent. Okay. We now have ourselves a full suit of armor for the first time. Yeah, just for the first time. What are you? Because you don't look friendly. Oh my god, I built them a bridge. Why did I give them a bridge to chase me on? Just die, please. I have not found any books to help us with this trapdoor puzzle, so I'm just going to flick them open. That's not working. I'm just going to break them then, and then we're going to throw some blocks down and see if we can trigger any traps. Okay, so that's a lava trap down there. Look at that. Which means this should be safe in theory. I still don't trust it, though. I'm just going to dig down. We've got to make sure we shut off all of this redstone. We do not want anything weird happening. And look at that. We have solved the puzzle. So far, the treasure is really not showing itself. Okay, this is a bit better. We've got Lucky Miner 30 and also a few emeralds. And that is pretty much it for the grand treasure the books were talking about. I guess we can break this urn, see if anything's inside. Nothing was inside. And we've got a big neon sign telling us exit via ladder. Oh, no, no, no. I see that observer and I see this button. Never trust any redstone in modded Minecraft ever. Is this maybe the real treasure? No, it's just 3 ladders. Anyway, I've had enough of this place. Let's get out of here. We have got some more mithril, which is very nice. I'm getting the feeling this would be a million times easier if we had Fortune 3. I've been bumbling around in these caves for what feels like forever. Although, this looks pretty promising. I think we found some kind of structure. I don't really understand what the purple fire is all about. Oh, no. No. Wait, is that the Deep Dark? Is that the mod pack's version of the Deep Dark? Because that's purple. Yep, it definitely is. We've somehow found an ancient city. The thing is, I'm pretty sure that this scorching caves biome has pretty much completely overwrote all of the sculk shriekers, but I'm not 100% sure. No, there's definitely still some lying around. One just shrieked, shroke, I don't know what to say. We ended up finding a warden upgrade, which only applies to netherite equipment, so not something we can use yet. There's also a chest here, which is completely free. Oh, this is good. A medallion of disdain. It gives us plus 8% attack damage and an extra roll. Not that I've been using the combat roll, but this might make me use it a bit more. We've also got some uncommon diamond leggings, which are obviously going to upgrade us from our iron ones. There are these echo leggings, which give us better armor than the diamond ones, but they also come with -2 health, which is always garbage. There is also this epic Pillar of the Monkey King, which only does 1 damage, but also has a bunch of extra things it does, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, see, in the bottom left, it's giving us a bunch of extra powers to use. I don't know what this is doing, but it looks pretty cool. I think this defends against all attacks, if I had to guess. And this is just a straightforward dash, like this. It seems cool. I'm not sure how practical it's actually going to be, though. I'm going to check the least skulkified areas of the ancient city to see if we can scoop up any more free loot. I see sensors, but no shrieker. And there's also a chest. Oh, let's just go for it. Let's break these. We've got ourselves some echo boots with a weird icon. Not sure why they're like that. There is also this pendant of sunfire. I mean, it seems pretty useful. I don't think we can really afford to use it since we're going to be using the medallion of disdain. Let's grab this chest too. What is with these echo leggings? Plus 10 armor is better than netherite by a mile, but it also is -4 max health. This echo chestplate is actually pretty decent though. There's also whirlwind oil, which adds whirlwind to a tool, turns into a spell container. Can only be used on a weapon not already containing a spell. Drag over an item, right click to use. Irreversible, use carefully. We may as well just test it out on this common diamond great hammer. And yeah, that has given it the whirlwind ability. No idea what that can do. I'm gonna take these echo leggings because they're so good I don't want to pass them up, and we'll see if we can reforge them. That is a shrieker. Let's get rid of him. Please do not spawn a warden. I do not want to deal with that. We're now down to our last bit of food, so we're gonna have to get out of here soon. This chest has Swift Sneak 3. Yes, please. There's such an insane amount of loot here, but also a huge amount of risk. I'm confident that in the event of an emergency, we'd be able to get away using our double jump, but it's still not something that I want to test out. I'd rather not be collecting any field data for this one. There is yet another shrieker over there, but it's next to a chest, so I think it's worth running in and trying to break it. Alright, let's get rid of you. So far, so good. And we're fine. Judging by the designs of the skulk sensors and shriekers, the warden is using its beta design, which is going to be really cool to look at, but also really freaky. We have ourselves a heavy crossbow with mending, which seems pretty useful. This chest has a Ring of Omnipotence, which is another spell-based trinket. Now, I do want to get used to spells because I'm sure they can provide lots of benefits, so we will scoop this up. And finally, there is an epic diamond claymore, but our mythic diamond sword is just so much better. I feel like I'm in the together right now. We've got an enchantment in here that's just called Nightblood. And it just says, hello, would you like to destroy some evil today? I mean, what about tomorrow? Does it have to be today? This is why we need a backpack. There's just no space anymore. There's also a mythic Crusader chestplate, which is really good. Don't get me wrong, but our current Echo chestplate seems to be much better. Actually, no, scratch that. I thought it was until I just read the part that this thing gives us +8 max health. Although that is only 4 extra hearts. That's good. I don't know if that's worth sacrificing the defensive capabilities of the Echo chestplate. There's also an Amulet of Torture, which gives +12% attack damage. That is better than our other necklace, but that gives us an extra roll, and I feel like that's just invaluable. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's get rid of you now, buddy. We're not going to let you go off screaming. There is a Mending Diamond Hoe, but unfortunately it has Silk Touch, which means we can't use it to rip through all the skulk around us and get a bunch of free XP. An Unobtainium Alloy upgrade is going to be very useful later on in the game. Looting in modded Minecraft is one of the most addicting things, I swear. We are fully in the deep dark now. We are not going to get any terrain generation helping us out by overwriting the Shriekers now. I still want more though. This game can't stop my greed. We get lucky once again. There's no Shriekers in this area. We have got an Infinity Book. That's rather useful. Where's all the rest of the chests? I've got the double jump. I'm just going to start running through this. This is a more annoying area because there's 2 Shriekers this time, which means even when we take out this one's still going to snitch on us. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take out this Shrieker back here first, and this is going to be for our escape route because we're going to rush in, check the chest, and then just rush out. This is my incredibly intelligent plan that definitely won't go wrong in any way. So far, so good. As long as we don't make a noise, we're going to be fine. Nice and easy now. Just gonna carefully take the items and leave. Right, we've got everything. Let's go, let's go, let's go. The warden should be on its way. I hear his heart. Yep, he's here. As long as we keep running, we'll be fine. The double jump almost feels like flying at some points. Go ahead, Shriekers. Snitch on me all you want. I do not care. There is this crypt-like structure as well as what looks like more orichalcum and adamantite. Do you guys remember when this was supposed to be a simple mining trip to get full iron armor? No, get out of here. Oh, baby, legendary Echo chestplate. Yes, please. And a god apple. And 2 god apples. Never mind. There is another mythic Crusader chestplate, but this thing is old news now. Let's collect our orichalcum and adamantite. Or at least that's what I would be doing, but we're getting attacked again. We have some more skill points to spend, but I've just realized we need to be careful here. There's actually only a maximum of 42 points you can earn. I thought we were going to get access to this entire part of the tree, but no, we have to be careful what we choose. We're of course going to be focusing a lot of our attention on this side so that we can eventually unlock Path of the Crusader, although I do still want to pick up Twin Strike. So I'm going to spend skill points in order to get closer to that goal. And with that out of the way, let's go and rob this place. Okay, the loot in here is terrible. Oh, no, the warden just spawned. I'm stuck in a cobweb. Get me out of here. Well, that sucked. Yeah, there he is. It's the beta warden. I'm going to take that as our cue to leave. We've got everything we came for and then some, so I am more than happy to call it a day there. I must be mining up through a mountain or something because we're at Y level 77 and there nope, we're not at the surface. That was just a visual glitch. How much higher do we have to go? Forget this is like climbing Mount Everest. This is harder than climbing Mount Everest. Why level 100 and we're still not out? Release me from this stony prison. This place is interesting though. It's full of pillagers. The loot is pretty bad, but there are evokers and that could give us a totem of undying. We just have to be careful not to die, which should be a lot easier given our much better armor. Wow, look at all the amazing loot in here, guys. Whoa, 27 blank spaces. Okay, to be fair, this chest actually does have some loot, so that's not too bad. All I'm really after here is an evoker. Then we can leave. Or maybe we can't leave, considering the fact we're so high up and we still haven't left the caves. Wow, that is a lot of villagers in this one little pool. Oh, look, we got a little baby Vindicator. We're going to kill them all the same. No mercy for the little ones. You don't get results by being merciful. I haven't actually gotten a chance to equip this Juggernaut band that we got in the Ancient City, which just gives us +6 max health. The speed boost from the berries plus the cloud in a bottle is insane movement. Oh my god, this actually connects to the outside. The sky, the sun, the trees. Finally, something that's not stone. We are actually going to head back inside though, because I know a guaranteed way to find an evoker. We simply use this lever to activate the hidden staircase. We head all the way up, and this is going to lead us into an Illager fortress of sorts. Here it is. And the thing is, inside these structures, there's always a guaranteed evoker. Although having said that, I'm having some trouble finding him. I don't think that's him. I think that's another provoker. Go on, monkey staff, do something cool. It's not really working working. And there's also a guy in here called Pelgrim the Sharpshooter. I expect he's going to be guarding another of those locked chests. There's always an evoker in these. Where is he? Goodbye, Pelgrim. Oh, there we go. He's just hiding right around the corner. Stop running away. Oh boy, this is probably going to turn bad if I'm not careful. You just need to die right now. There we go. And let's kill these Vindicators. And then there's just a few Vex to clean up. There it is, our Totem of Undying. This equips itself in the Charm slot, which is rather nice because we don't have to worry about holding it in our offhand. Pelgrim dropped us a rather nice crossbow with Piercing 4 and Power 5, so we'll definitely be keeping that. This guy's still here for some reason. Just get out of here. I'm not really sure which chest Pelgrim was guarding, but they weren't particularly worth his life. Somehow, in a very strange twist of fate, we've actually emerged almost directly next to our house. That's certainly going to save us a bit of time on the journey back home. I do want to get to bed for the night because there are some phantoms outside trying to harass me, so let's just kick this level 5 vagabond out of his bed. I mean, for a vagabond, he seems to have a decent enough place. A bit dusty, got lots of cobwebs. Or maybe he's squatting in here. I don't know. This guy also has 13 hours of speed and 13 hours of bad omen. He has some interesting enough trades, nothing particularly useful. I think the most outrageous one here is 48 blocks of copper for a pair of boots that give +1 armor. Nothing particularly useful in his chest. We'll just let him be. Let's make like the wind and get back home as quickly as possible because we're going to be starting a McDonald's. And by that I mean we're just going to be mass breeding cows because we do not have any food left. It would have been smart if I'd saved some wheat from all of that hay that we stole, but I didn't. I ate all of it. It is good to be home though. We can finally clean out this inventory. No one needs to be carrying this much stuff. Let's finally make an iron sword so we can clear that first quest off. Boom, there we go. +1 skill point and some traveler's boots. Since we don't have any hay, we might as well revisit some of the villages that we've already been to because then we can knock off both the Find a Village quest and also the Observing the Villagers quest. And that will then be chapter 1 complete. I've gone ahead and used a skill point to buff our attack speed, which means that we can now unlock Twin Strike. And with that out of the way, we are going to start making our way towards the Path of the Crusader. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get back to the village, but not too long. I've also realized that in first person, dodge rolls are just a dash that we can use to avoid enemies, which makes them really useful. Combine that with our cloud in a bottle, and we have some really good movement options. There is this very weird structure above the village. I have no idea what this is for. Okay, so this is a portal to the prisoners' quarters. I've once again used Google to discover what this is. Apparently, this is going to lead us to several different dimensions with some really cool bosses, but we're going to want some enchantments before taking this area on. We will create a waypoint for this though, and with that, this area has now been marked so we won't forget about it later. This village actually has a waystone, which is really useful. Unfortunately, it seems like they're farming pumpkins rather than hay, which is a big problem. There is at least a bit of food that we can steal to keep ourselves going. Oh, I forgot we have to look at these villagers in order to observe them. We basically just got to stalk this guy. He looks very confused. Almost there. Keep staring right into my eyes. There we go. And with that, we have successfully observed these foolish people. That should be chapter 1 completed now. Yep, there we go. We can claim the chapter reward, which is 20 levels, a Totem of Undying, and an Orb of Origin. And with that, we can now move on to chapter 2. The first thing we have to do is obtain Verglass and Moonstone, which is rather annoying considering we did find those while mining, but I ended up having to drop them so that we could actually take all of our loot from the ancient city. We have successfully stolen all of the food from this village, so let's make our way back home. We now have 59 levels as a result of completing chapter 1, so we will definitely be doing some enchanting. I'm thinking once we successfully craft a backpack and upgrade it, we're already going to move house because our current one is feeling way too small. There's actually another portal to the prisoners' quarters here. I don't know how I missed this. I might end up biting the bullet and just building us a house. That would probably be the easiest thing to do. We can grab the hay from this random scarecrow in order to start breeding the cows. There's actually quite a few of them out here. We should be sorted for wheat. I forgot about this place. There's actually a free chest here and an entire cart full of hay. I will be taking all of this. And just for good measure, we're going to kill you two. And now that we have a diamond pickaxe, we can mine up all of the ancient debris here. There's actually 4 pieces in here, not 3. We're going to need to collect a bunch of wood. Firstly, for the fence for their pen. And secondly, so we can craft all of our books into bookshelves. I've actually just discovered you can craft oak armor. I'm not sure why this is a thing. It is absolutely terrible, but yeah, oak armor exists. I'm not going to spend too much time on this pen because we'll be leaving this area soon to build a bigger house, but I do want us to have a really large supply of steak before we leave. I love how out of style these bananas are compared to the other textures in the mod pack. Right, come along, cows. Come along, my steaks on legs. I just fed them and they didn't breed. I think maybe only regular cows can breed with regular cows and woolly cows have to breed with woolly cows. There's plenty more livestock around, so that's not a problem. Right, let's give this a go. We breed you two together, and yeah, that does work. I'm also thinking we might get leather if we kill bears. That's not a guarantee, but it's worth a go. Come on, let's see. He doesn't drop anything. We have got another normal cow up here with his strange bright red eyes. This cow has somehow unlocked the Sharingan and now he's seeing the world in a different light. Then let's breed the normal ones together. There we go. The more cows we can get into the pen at the start, the quicker we can accelerate the production of Big Macs and Happy Meals. Let's get you guys into the pen. There may be a few animal rights violations here, but it's fine. No one report me. While the cows are growing up and becoming tastier, I'm going to go ahead and craft a bunch of bookshelves so that we can start enchanting. We don't have enough room for this setup in our house, so it's going to have to go outside for now. These books are probably going to get pretty soggy in the rain. We do have the ability to re-roll enchantments with one piece of lapis, which is very, very useful. It turns out that by finding an ancient city, we actually get rewarded with 2 netherite scraps, so combined with the ancient debris that we already have, we could instantly upgrade our sword to netherite. Although having said that, I'm probably going to upgrade our pickaxe or something else, because there's a ton of different weapons you can find in this mod pack, so I don't think a netherite sword will be a great investment. We will go ahead and grab sharpness 4 though. Unfortunately, it has come with knockback, which really sucks, but fire aspect does balance it out. We'll grab prot 4 on our chest plate, and that also comes with unbreaking. We'll grab feather falling 4 on the boots, yes please, and that sadly doesn't come with any other protection enchantments, so we might have to scrap that. Prot 4, there we go. In order to reforge the echo leggings that we got, we're gonna need to find an echo shard, and I'm pretty sure I saw a few of them in that ancient city. I'm also gonna see if I can grab the death barter enchantment on a book, because that is one of the most overpowered enchantments in this mod pack. If you receive fatal damage, instead of dying, as long as you have enough emeralds in your inventory, you just lose emeralds, effectively paying for your life. I will grab sharpness 4 because then we can upgrade our diamond sword. And unfortunately, we have run out of lapis, so we can't keep re-rolling. We will go ahead and use the spell binding table to grab the paladin libram, and these are all the spells that we can enchant it with. So we've got flash heal to heal ourselves, we've got divine protection to protect us from the next 3 incoming attacks, and we've got the judgment, and this strikes your target and enemies around it within 6 blocks, stunning them for 3 seconds. Supplies for the McDonald's empire are growing up wonderfully well. There's a few things we need from the cave, such as some obsidian, some echo shards, and a few other bits and pieces, so I'm going to make a quick trip back down there. We do now have some totems of undying, which will save us if things turn dire. The ancient city was absolutely massive, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find it again. While we're here, we're going to be wanting to grab some of this pink ore, the manganese, and then I'm just going to dig straight down because we have our double jump to save us. More lapis, yes please. I did not mean to burn through almost an entire stack just re-rolling enchantments. That was dumb. I'm going to craft up a hoe just so we can get rid of any shriekers much more quickly. It's actually a legendary hoe as well. I'm fairly certain the echo shards are in one of the chests around this area. It isn't this one. It's also not this one. These are amethyst shards. It may have been in this kind of direction. It definitely wasn't this chest because there's still a shrieker next to it, so we're just going to dive in and break those. No warden, please. There is a swift sneak 3 book in here, which we'll take, and a terrible pair of echo leggings. Here we go. I found the chest. Here's the spirit orbs that I abandoned, as well as some echo shards. I do also want to quickly run into this area again and break some spawners for some free spirit orbs, or at least that's what I would be doing if I could actually find a single spawner. Also, the warden's about to be here any minute, so let's jump off. We have got some more orichalcum and gold here, which is nice. There's actually a double spawner up here. I didn't actually bring any torches to light this up, so we'll just have to loot it and not break the spawners. There's nothing really that useful here anyway. It is a good job we've got upgraded armor and weapons, or we would not be making out of this alive. There's some adamantite here that we'll grab. Wait, there's a second ancient city here. That's actually crazy. The other one is just over there. Let's get rid of this. We've got a saddle, which is lovely, although I believe our cloud in a bottle movement is better than riding a horse, but we'll take this anyway. There's also a pair of diamond leggings that's way better than the pair we currently have. Oh boy, there's the warden. I just set off another shrieker. What's wrong with me? I'm spawning wardens left, right, and center at this point. I like these little rocks that you can mine for ores. You can even find diamond ones. We've got what we came here for, so now we can return to the surface. I hope that our cows have all grown up. They might not have done, because they might be out of render distance, but if they have, that'll be a really big bonus. There's also some kind of weird little structure right here. There's a free golden apple. I'll take it. I've just realized we came down here and I said we needed to get obsidian, and I have not gotten a single piece, so I'm going to go back down and do that. I've just aged a solid 20 years in the time it took to mine all the obsidian, but we now have all that we need. Sadly, the cows have not grown up, but we can breed them all again. Now that we have the lapis available, let's max out our paladin libram. We'll then go ahead and equip it. This is why I saved those healing runes from earlier. We need them to cast the spells in the libram. I don't know if it's libram or libram. I'm just going to say libram and hope that it's correct. I need to permanently etch this into my memory. Number 1 is a heal, number 2 is a protection, and number 3 is an attack. The cow horde is slowly growing now. We're going to go ahead and craft up a stone cutter, and we can use this to turn one of our ancient debris pieces into 4 pyrite chunks, which we need in order to reforge equipment. We then grab our echo leggings, and then we pray to the RNG gods for a good reforge. I mean, these aren't bad, but they're not great either. I'm gonna gamble it all on another reforge. We could get something really good, or we could get stuck with an uncommon reforge. And it just wasn't worth it. We get some extra health and a bit of extra speed, but now these are weaker than our diamond leggings. We'll keep our diamond leggings, and we'll actually craft a diamond helmet to finish off our set. This has such a bad modifier on it with -1 armor that we're actually gonna reforge this instead. Minus 25% durability? Can I please get something good? Great, I just got the exact same thing that we just had. We've still got enough ancient debris and netherite scrap to make a netherite ingot, so we're gonna try again. Just something good, please, game. That took all of our diamonds and 3 of the pyrite chunks, but we finally have an okay diamond helmet. We've actually completed a couple more quests from that second trip into the deep dark, so we can get some extra levels to enchant our new helmet. And we've also got a skill point to spend, which we'll use to grab plus 2% melee damage. Prop 4, there we go. It also comes with multi-roll 2 and deflect 3, which means when we're shot with an arrow, there's a chance it will do half damage and just bounce off us. With the multi-rolls from our helmet and that amulet we have 4 dodge rolls now. There's actually a villager that's been imprisoned here in this camp, which is rather useful because I'm going to reset him for a mending trade. This will probably take a while considering all of the extra enchantments in the game, so I'm going to alternate between doing this and raising the cows, and I'll get back to you once we finally have a mending trade. It is going to set us back 20 emeralds, which isn't ideal, but we do finally have a mending trade. We can set up some stick trades with Fletchers for easy emeralds, so I'm not too worried about the price. Also, the cow pen has been growing magnificently. Thankfully, in this mod pack, anvils have been tweaked, so now it's actually really cheap to apply mending to already enchanted armor. I've just realized I should have applied Swift Sneak at the same time. That was rather dumb. We'll grab mending on our chest plate, and we'll put mending on our boots. I ended up getting this goddess statue from a quest reward, and this is the thing that allows us to exchange spirit orbs for heart containers. Lovely stuff. It's kind of hard to tell because we already have an entire row of extra hearts, but we now have an extra heart on top of that. It is also finally time to cull the herd and get ourselves a backpack. It's actually really hard to just hit individual things in this mod pack. We finally have enough leather to craft the first tier of backpack. As you can see though, it kind of sucks. We only have 9 slots. However, we can upgrade it to the plated backpack with 8 iron ingots. And we can then upgrade that to the next tier of backpack, the gilded backpack. The next tier after that is the bejeweled backpack, but since I spent all of the diamonds on reforging our armor, we don't have any. That's fine though, since the gilded backpack effectively gives us a second inventory. Let's also craft up plenty of healing runes so that we can use the spells in our library whenever we want. Now that we've got some decent supplies and gear, let's head out and find a place for us to set up our actual base. We've got a waystone with us, so once we actually find the area that we want to live in, we can just teleport back home and carry all of our items over. Oh, this is the perfect area. You see that giant mountain in the back? These trees with the leaves falling? This is perfect. Let's go ahead and craft up an orichalcum shovel so we can collect a bunch of dirt. It does cost us 1 level in order to teleport back and forth, which is a little bit annoying, but as long as we don't spam the teleportation, we'll be fine. There should be plenty of space for our new home. There's this giant pine forest right next to our base, so this is the wood that we'll be using. We've also got to get the general area lit up so we don't have to deal with any monsters at night. This actually gives us an opportunity to test out some of our new spells. Let's take a bit of damage so we can try out the healing one, which isn't working very well because our armor's really good now. I can't even use the spell because we've regenerated to full health. Alright, well let's try the second one, which gives us invincibility to, I think, the next 3 attacks. I mean, we still seem to be taking damage, so I don't know how useful that is. And then finally, the third one is supposed to stun enemies. And it has. That one works. I don't know if that's going to work on bosses because it would be insane if it did. Oh my god, why? Why would he do that? I'm not planning on this being a particularly crazy house, just somewhere that's better than what we had before. There's going to be enough space for chests, a bed, the different crafting stations we need, and an enchantment setup. I am quite liking the idea of some stone brick walls, so we'll teleport back home. We take a quick pit stop to breed the cows once again. You know your cow pen is making good progress when it single-handedly halves the frame rate whenever you look at it. Anyway, as I was saying, we're going to head over to the Pillager Fortress, because this is going to provide us with an unlimited amount of stone brick. We should have enough blocks now. While we're here, let's also grab a bit of sand for the windows. We'll use some polished andesite on the edges of the walls for some nice texture, and then we'll use some cobblestone and stone bricks for the walls. Even while I'm working on a house, the skeletons don't leave me alone. So far, so good. We're going to be using putting lots of wooden accents on this because right now it does feel a little prison-like. You know when people talk about cottagecore, this is medieval bomb shelter core. This maple forest gives us access to spruce wood, which will look perfect for a roof. I don't know if I should trust this Enderman. He looks like a problem. This is a level 1 corrupted Enderman with 220 HP, and he's gone. Good job I didn't get into a staring contest with him, or he would have absolutely battered us. Right, that's the frame of the roof done. We'll use some maple wood stairs to fill it all in. Or at least I thought this was maple, it's actually pine. And finally, we'll use some spruce planks along the top to tie it all together. We'll also go ahead and fill in these gaps. We'll then take a minute to stare at the random unemployed villager that's just wandered onto our property. So how does below minimum wage with 12-hour days and unpaid overtime? No? Wow, you're picky. I don't know why he's come back, but I'm not happy about it. Let's just try and ignore him and continue adding to our humble abode. This is rather cozy. I quite like it. We'll add in the windows now. We've of course got to add a bunch of chests for our storage area. Although now that I think about it, the chests would be better if we put them on this wall so that they don't end up blocking this window. We've also got to go ahead and transfer all of our stuff over. I ended up hyper-focusing and forgetting to do any commentary, but on the bright side, the house is now finished. I added a few little details to the side, you know, a few flowers, bushes, that kind of thing, just to brighten the place up. Inside, we've got this nice little carpet, courtesy of our McDonald's woolly cow pen. We've also got our storage, a bunch of utility blocks, we've got our enchanting setup, and a bed. Also, if we do ever need to add anything, we've got all of this space up in the roof. Right now, I'm thinking that we head to the nether so that we can create a blackstone alloy forge. That's what's going to allow us to smelt those orichalcum, adamantite, and mithril ores we've been collecting into hallowed bars. We are going to need to make a flint and steel so that we can actually get into the nether though. Also, I'm thinking that very soon we'll be taking on our first boss. There's our flint and steel. Before we go, I'm actually going to craft up an orichalcum pickaxe because our diamond one has 29 durability left. Are you kidding me? We got a common one. We've still got a piece of pyrite left. Come on, let's get something decent. Okay, not bad. We got plus 10% dig speed. It does come with a minus 5% speed for ourselves, but that's fine. We might as well also just slap efficiency 2 on this thing. The final thing I'm going to do before we go is stock up on arrows for our crossbow. I've also been killing a bunch of pigs on the way here since we don't have any plans to breed them, so it's fine if we wipe out the entire population. I did underestimate the hunger debuff that we get as a knight. It feels like every 5 seconds I've lost 5 points off of my hunger bar. Definitely a worthwhile trade-off though, because there have been several times where if we didn't have that buff that the knight gives us where we take less damage, we would have just straight up died. There's one of these little shrines here. I found them in previous mod packs. If you dig under the campfire, there's a chest. However, it's always absolutely terrible. The only thing in here is a golden sword. Although, funny story, when I first encountered one of these in a video, I asked the comments if there was any special thing that you could do while you were here, and some child, I say this because I guarantee it was a child, told me that if you got blown up by a charged creeper here, you could summon Dr. Death. The thing is that after that video, I was like, oh, that sounds cool. So I made a creative world to test it, and yeah, it didn't work. So whoever that little gremlin was, well done. You made me waste 2 minutes of my life. The shame I felt after staring at the you died screen and realizing there was no Dr. Death, yeah, it's next to none. That is definitely one of the memories that keeps me up at night. I'm really tempted to just go in a 2-block space and try and kill this thing, but I really don't want to risk it considering the fact that if it has some way to hit us, it's got 220 HP. We will not live. Anyway, let's get this portal lit, and through to the nether we go. Goodbye, sheep. The nether looks a little bit more grey than I'm used to. Oh, there we go. It actually loaded. We've actually spawned right next to some nether diamond ore. Also, for some reason, the zombie piglins are already angry at us. There's so many particles here too. I'm getting out of here. I will go ahead and create a waypoint first, though. I don't know what I did to offend these zombie piglins. Here's the blackstone bricks that we need, and I'm pretty sure we also need some regular blackstone. We're of course going to want to keep our eyes out for any bastions or nether fortresses, and also any nether diamond ore. I don't know why the piglins are always angry at us. We've done nothing wrong. There's actually so many diamonds here. This feels very, very wrong. Have I done something to offend the locals? Have I broken a custom I didn't even know existed? I will say the double jump makes the nether so much more fun to explore. Right now we're in what feels like the PS5 biome. I can see some kind of structure on the map, so we'll head towards that. Nice. Okay, we found another fortress. That is perfect. We may as well collect the necessary blaze rods that we need while we're here. We just got to make sure we don't get overwhelmed. I got to make sure we use our spells to immobilize the blazes and make them so much easier to defeat. And then plus we've got the spell that makes us impervious to attacks, so we basically get to farm these guys for free. Here we go. We'll immobilize him, and then we'll just insta-kill him. Freeze! And now die. This is so easily spammable. It's amazing. All of you can't do a single thing against us. I will say the healing spell that we've got is pretty bad. It only does 1 heart at a time, which is just super weak. We've got 11 blaze rods now, so let's get going. These upgraded nether fortresses have an underground labyrinth that's always full of loot, so we are going to go explore explore that next. There's also some free loot upstairs, but it's nothing to write home about. Here's the staircase down. It does take a while to get to the bottom of this thing. Alright, here we are. We're already starting off strong with a runic tablet. This is a pretty rare item. And we've got some iron on these shelves that we'll pilfer. There's loads of obsidian in these barrels, so we can always make a spare nether portal if we wanted. We've managed to find the main loot room. This is the place that has the best loot. Having said that, there's nothing to write home about yet. Okay, well, last time I found this in a different mod pack, I found some amazing stuff, but it doesn't look like it's the case this time. Are we friends? Yeah, looks like it. Oh, and he's even giving me a hug. What a nice guy. There are some night vision goggles here, which would be a great find, but I'm using a night vision mod right now anyway, so that the video looks better for you guys. There's plenty of extra diamonds though, so that is very nice. There's also a hidden trap behind this wither statue, which I already know about, and that gives us a few more diamonds. Overall, not a bad little looting session. Nothing amazing, but nothing terrible either. My Minecraft character must be absolutely jacked. He's got a backpack on, and he's running up these stairs in full armor. Looking on the map, I can see a few more interesting structures, like this thing here, and whatever this is. Look at the arms on these wither skeletons. Why are they so chunky? This is the epitome of skipping leg day. Look at how thin his legs are, and look how chunky his arms are. He goes to the gym, bench presses 200 kilos for fun, and then doesn't even consider using the leg machines. We've got some wither serpents here. Let's get rid of them. And as always, thanks to our cloud in a bottle, we can just leap off of cliffs. I am so glad we have protection armor. We can just tank lava hits all day long. Here we go. Here's the first structure that we saw on the map. I don't know why that enemy's highlighted, but it probably means he's bad news. These towers always contain tons of ancient debris, but also piglin brutes, so we're gonna have to be careful. Netherite armor is of course not the best armor in this mod pack by a long shot, but it's great to have extra ancient debris because we can turn it into pyrite. And considering how often this mod pack likes to hand out bad weapon rarities, I am all for that. Hello gentlemen, please die as quickly as possible to make my life easy. I also forgot to mention, these places are stuffed with gold. My frame rate is dropping pretty hard, which likely means there's a ton of monsters nearby. Hello citizens, can I interest you in dying? This could definitely turn ugly, so we've got to be careful. Oh, okay, let's all just calm down a little bit. Have a little negotiation maybe, a bit of peace around here. No? Okay. Oh, okay, not where I want to be. Not where I want to be at all. No, thank you. As long as we gap up, we should be fine. We are eating all of this damage. We've also got to make sure to break the spawners. Okay, everything's fine. There is a hoglin spawner here, and I'm not going to lie, I might just sit here and farm free pork chops. I mean, I would, but it's taking ages just to spawn a single one, so we'll get rid of it. Freeze! And now just stare at me helplessly as you do nothing. Killing all these mobs has acquired us a ton of skill points, because we have 7 to spend right now. We'll of course keep making our way along this side of the tree, so we'll grab plus 2% melee damage, and we'll grab this new ability, Death Defy. When at low HP, you gain regeneration and exhaustion relative to your remaining health percent. Exhaustion will reduce our melee attack, movement speed, and attack speed by 1% per stack, which I think is fine considering if we're at low HP, we're going to be in a lot of trouble anyway. We could take this quite straightforward path straight to Path of the Crusader, but I'm thinking we go up around this way instead, because then we can grab Heavy Armor Mastery. And this means that while our armor value is above 15, which is going to be always, because we're always going to have a good set of armor on, we have a chance to gain strength when hit. So we'll go up through this route, which also boosts our healing power. That is all of our skill points used up for now, so we'll have to wait till we get some more. I'm pretty sure it's all these stupid blaze spawners that are causing the frame rate to die. It definitely is, because once they're all dead, my frame rate goes back up to 120 rather than 50. We've actually ended up reaching the bottom of this tower, so we'll go loot one more and then move on to other structures. With a running start, we should just be able to leap over the lava and then block clutch. If there's one thing that these towers don't contain, it's any netherite upgrades. We have all the diamonds in the world now, so we can easily copy them, but we need a netherite upgrade in order to make copies of the netherite upgrade. I love casting this immobilize spell. It is so good. Then we just waltz in and break the spawner and kill all the blazes. Half the time in this mod pack, I can't even see what's going on. What I do know is that everything is dying. We're causing plenty of carnage, I just can't always see the carnage. Ooh, okay, this is a really good chest. There's a netherite ingot for starters. We've also got a netherite diamond ring and a netherite diamond amulet. I'm not 100% sure how good these are, but we will be taking both of them for sure. I'm thinking we should definitely equip the diamond amulet because plus 50% reabsorption is better than plus 8% attack damage and an extra roll. Somehow I also failed to notice our diamond helmet is broken. That was pretty quick. It turns out you can actually equip 2 rings, so we've got our juggernaut band and the netherite diamond ring. Oh yeah, we get 4.5 extra hearts from that. That is definitely worth it. There's also some diamond chest plates, which we don't need. An enchantment for Skywalker, which condenses a cloud under us. That could be interesting. There is an epic dual crossbow, but we've got our power 5 crossbow at the moment, and I'd also eventually like to upgrade to a bow anyway. Anyway, that's that done, so let's move on to the next structure on the map. I'm pretty sure this is a bastion, so we should go check that out next. Yep, this is a bastion. We've got the advancement. There we go. There's our netherite upgrade. There's also a netherite topaz ring, which I doubt we'll use, but we'll take it anyway. It just feels wrong to find a netherite item and then not take it. There also seems to be a normal nether fortress here by the looks of things. Oh, wait, no, that's that other structure that we saw on the map. Well, let's rinse this place for everything valuable first, and then we'll go check that spot out. Feels weird being able to casually look at piglin brutes and not be concerned about my life. You can't tell me these golden carrots in this chest don't look like cheese. That is so obviously cheese. That is not a carrot. Let's see if we can find the main area of this bastion so we can open the double chest. Yep, here it is. We can finally make use of our crossbow to pick off the piglins. All right, here we are. Nothing amazing yet. There is another netherite upgrade. There's another netherite ring. Oh, we just got a trophy for opening 100 chests. We've got a free piece of ancient debris. Don't mind if we do. And that's about it for this place. We got the main thing that we wanted, which was the netherite upgrade, so I'm very happy with that. We've also just got an advancement called the King's Residence. Apparently, this is the Blaze King's Tower. That does not sound particularly promising. If I was the king in here, I would live at the top. Let's go ahead and check that first. I'm pretty sure that's the Blaze King right there. He doesn't look very kingly, to be honest. He does have 500 HP, but he's also stuck inside this box. Oh, no. Okay, I don't know what I've done, but it's not good. I mean, he's just not a very intimidating boss. He's just a regular Blaze with a funny hat on. Let's see if we can immobilize him. There we go. I think he's going into his second phase or something. I mean, he's trying. Good work, my friends. You can have a gold star. We'll put your name on the whiteboard. It's okay. We'll recognize your effort. He's already dead, though, so that's the end of that. Nice. Job done. Do we get his hat for free? No. Oh, wait, we actually do. It's also completely terrible, giving +2 armor. Okay, well done us. Most of the bosses in this mod pack are very cool. He was not one of them. There's a few gold blocks in here and whatnot, but nothing particularly useful. We've got pretty much everything we came for, but let's explore the nether for a bit longer so we can keep racking up skill points. And speaking of skill points, we can almost unlock this next ability now. It might not be a bad idea to grab a few bone blocks, just in case we ever want to quickly grow some crops. There are also a few structures over this way, so we'll go there. It looks like we've got another of those structures with a fake boss at the top. Also, I would very much appreciate if this Blaze stops spamming me. This structure is actually generated on top of a bastion, so we can grab a bunch of free gold. We can pretty much make infinite golden apples now. It looks like this is another Blaze King, I think. I can't really be bothered to fight this again, considering the last one didn't really drop anything useful. I will take some nether emerald ores. We are super poor right now. Emerald-wise, that is. Not armor or diamond-wise. We definitely need to buy some more mending books, considering we lost our helmet. And also, once again, we could really do with the fortune enchantment. Oh, there's actually a structure right next to us, too. I'm pretty sure this is another bastion. Oh, hold on. No, this is something different. Oh, okay, I know what this is. This is an actual boss arena, and I mean a cool boss, not like that Blaze King fraud. Yeah, welcome to Gauntlet Arena by Bosses of Mass Destruction. I don't really know how we spawn it, though. We've got a quest to kill it, but it doesn't say how to summon it. Once again, a bit of Googling has answered the question. We have to break these eye blocks. There we go. I have no idea how strong this thing is going to be, so I'm not sure what to prepare for. I'm sure that we don't want to get punched, though. That is probably very bad. See if we can immobilize him. That doesn't work. We've got our blessing right now, so we can't take damage from the next attack. He does have 400 HP, so we got to be careful here. Having said that, though, he's barely doing any damage at the moment. Our movement is just supreme right now. We are running circles around him. Anytime he goes in for a punch, we just jump over it. Oh, he's definitely taking some damage. Oh, he's got some kind of laser beam. That is new. I thought it was going to charge up, but he didn't. He's just resorting to punching again. Let's land some crits on him. He's trying to do the laser beam. I don't even know what it does. Is it supposed to do damage? Okay, that is definitely new. So far, so good. Let's eat our cheese, aka golden carrots. I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell if this boss is really weak or we're really strong. I'll go with us being really strong. We're still on our yellow hearts at the moment. We've taken about 1.5 hearts of damage total. Oh, doing something new again. What's it gonna do? Okay, we're blind. Great. Doesn't really seem to have helped him very much. As long as we keep using our divine protection, he can barely touch us. Go on. Yeah, do your blindness thing. Wow, very scary. I'm just gonna sit here because you can't do anything to us. Okay, fair enough. He got rid of the yellow hearts for a few seconds. We gotta give him some credit. He's got about 1/3 of his health left. He is very weak. He does seem to be getting moderately stronger the more damage he takes, so we do need to be mindful of that. And when I say mindful, I mean the kind of mindfulness like checking you've locked the doors when you leave the house. It's not exactly a very high-stress situation. Just give up, man. It's over already. I'm pretty sure we can just eat this fist to the face, and it's just doing no damage. Oh, no. no, your laser beam of death. Whatever shall we do? Come on, he's so low. Just die. Get out of here. You're a fraud. You're a complete fraud. Is he going to blow up? He's going to blow up. Yep, lovely stuff. We get some free ancient debris as well. For defeating him, we've also been awarded a blazing eye, which we can use to make a couple different things. More importantly, though, defeating him also nets us a fire gauntlet, which gives our melee attacks fire damage, 3 netherite scrap, and 10 levels. I doubt the fire gauntlet is going to be super useful, considering we already have a fire aspect sword, but we have a free slot, so we might as well equip it. And there's actually some extra debris that I missed. Also, I'd like to point out, during that fight where he could basically barely touch us, we didn't even have a helmet on. We weren't even operating at maximum capacity. Well, that was quite the ego boost. Let's get out of here and head back home. What on earth are those? They look like they have giant scythes and they're also outlined in red. I mean, we got to see what that's all about, right? I want to know. I'm going to give each boss in this mod pack a fraud rating from 1 to 10. I would say that the Nether Gauntlet, he was pretty fraudulent. I'll give him an 8 out of 10 on the fraud scale. There's also a mutant Enderman just casually chilling here, so let's be rather careful of him. And I also don't know what that is, but I don't want to know. I'm actually going to dual wield Totems of Undying right now, just in case these guys are really, really overpowered. Can we hit them with arrows? We can. And he just died to full damage. Hello there, my good sir. He is an invading forlorn, and he doesn't actually do that much damage despite his giant scythe. Goodbye. They looked more intimidating than they actually were. There's also a nether city over here. This is a very cool structure which doesn't really have much loot, but still, I like it a lot. If this wasn't in the nether, I would love to live here. I mean, just look how fancy this place is. Even the wither skeletons are dripped out. Definitely an upper class neighborhood. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few millionaires here. I mean, look at this town square. It's lovely. Apart from the lava spewing directly into it. I do really like these gold statues, so I'm taking them. If I had all the time in the world and also access to creative mode, then I would definitely try and build a giant golden palace with these types of blocks. There's a floating ball there. Don't know what that's all about. Well, why don't we go investigate? What's the worst that could happen? It looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill piglin spawn area. There must be a spawner in here somewhere. We do need to be careful not to get overwhelmed. I'm sure the spawner's directly inside this tree. That is so annoying. Yep, I see it. Get out of here. Is there actually any loot in here, or is it just a piglin brute spawner area? There's definitely a second spawner in here. I'm not going to hang around to try and find it. We should be able to leap to this tower like this, and then I want to get inside there. I thought this was going to continue and allow us to cut through the nether, but it looks like just a little piglin camp. Well, we might as well head in and kill everyone inside. Freeze! How does it feel? I put you in timeout. He didn't want to reconsider his actions. He's not a changed pig. He's still the same. I'd be so mad if I was this guy, and there's still no loot. All right, here we go. We're back out into the open nether. This is apparently Midas gold ore. It turns into Midas gold ingots, which can then be used to make Midas gold chests, Midas gold sword stuff. With the smithing template, you can fold the Midas sword, giving it extra gold, and eventually, if you add enough blocks of Midas gold to this thing, it becomes pretty powerful. And then it maxes out with the Royal Midas gold sword, which has to be folded 641 times. That's 641 Midas gold blocks. You can use an alloy forge to turn 2 raw Midas gold into 3 gold ingots, but that is still way too much time investment in order to get the max tier of sword. Credit where it's due though, it is a very cool idea for a weapon. I can't fault the idea. I can, however, fault the insane amount of time it would take to actually make the weapon. The only way someone's maxing that thing out is either by having no life or discovering a duplication glitch. Although to be fair, there is quite a lot of it scattered around the nether, so I feel like with a Fortune 3 pick and a bit of strip mining, you probably could reasonably max it out in a few hours. That's just a theory though, we are not going to be testing that. After all, this is 100 days in Fantasy Minecraft and not 100 days in Fantasy Minecraft creating the Max Midas sword. We have got to do a bit of a leap of faith here in order to make it to our nether portal. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, we're fine. Right, very successful nether trip. First things first, I do need to organize all of our loot. Actually, no. First things first, we got to set up these blinged out statues. Oh yeah, look at that. Now that tells people that we're wealthy. I mean, I'm a YouTuber. What's the point if you don't egotistically focus on material wealth all of the time? A wandering trader showed up and he's decided to invite himself straight into our house. He does look like a much more distinguished gentleman in this version of the game, I will say. I like this whole green thing he's got going on. 1 emerald for a bear decoration? That sounds like a pretty good deal. Thank you very much, my good sir. He is also selling this overworld city map for 38 emeralds, but the thing is, there's actually a compass you can craft in this mod pack that points you towards whatever structure you ask, so we don't need to buy this. You know what? I respect your green top hat. I can respect the man with some style. I'm gonna let you live. We've somehow ended up with 37 blaze rods as well. Wait, hold on. How do I actually place this spare decoration. It doesn't seem to go on walls, nor does it seem to go on the floor. Does it maybe have to go on an item frame? No. What's the big idea? You've just scammed me. I love how his llamas just don't care in any way. That's good. He was not a man worth remembering. Yes, hello. Can I help you? We do have a lot of spirit orbs now to exchange for extra hearts, but when I broke our goddess statue back at the base, it didn't pick up. Maybe it needs silk touch or something. The annoying part is that the crafting recipe for this is literally one piece of cobblestone, but when I go to put a piece of cobblestone in the crafting table, we get nothing. I have found those statues naturally in other mod packs I've played, so I'm thinking if we find enough villages, we should be able to find a new one. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some polished blackstone. We then surround a blast furnace with it in order to create the polished blackstone forge controller. Since we need a little bit of space for this, we'll set it up in the attic. We do something like this. The forge controller goes there, and then we put one polished blackstone on top, and that should work. Yeah, we've done it right, because if we try and interact with it normally, it doesn't work. But as soon as we put it in here, there we go. We'll use this morkite for fuel, and that actually didn't contribute much fuel at all, so we might need to go get some lava from the nether or something. However, even with just a little bit of fuel, we should be able to create the hallowed ingots now. Yep, there we go. It's making them. Oh, yes, look at that. There's actually a few mining quests that we can claim to give us some bonus materials. For example, some extra adamantite, some extra orichalcum, and some extra mithril. And we also get a free hallowed ingot. That's nice. Plus some extra levels for getting a diamond pickaxe, and some extra Midas gold, as if we were ever going to use that. We might as well make as many ingots as we can, which isn't really a lot. I'm thinking that the next step for us is to try and make a full suit of hallowed armor, as well as the hallowed tools. Although before we do any of that, let's try and snag Fortune 3 on our pickaxe. Hey, there we go. First enchantment. Let's go. I'm thinking we go on a very quick mining trip to grab some more lapis and also a piece of verglass so we can complete this quest right here. That then unlocks the Moonstone Compass quest, as well as the Explorer's Compass. And that then unlocks the quest for the Old Champion's Grave, which is one of the main bosses in the mod pack. We kill him, then we get our set of hallowed armor, and we move on to the Cathedral of Resurrection, which is the next boss, the Returning Knight. Don't worry, you guys aren't going to have to watch a bunch of this. It's just going to be me collecting a bunch of fuel for our smelter and lapis for enchanting. Our hearts seem to be freezing over, which is preventing us from sprinting. We're actually really slow right now, so we're going to try using a campfire to warm us up. Oh wow, that actually worked perfectly. Nice. I still have not found any good caves because we're right above the deep dark. We finally found some verglass, which is nice. That's that quest completed. Next, we need to craft a Moonstone Compass and an Explorer's Compass. For the Explorer's Compass specifically, we need cobwebs, and I'm sure I've seen them in many different structures, so this shouldn't be too difficult. I've had enough of looking for a cave opening. I'm just digging down now. More morkite is always useful since this is effectively better coal. We've also just found a Carmot Stone, which is a rare crafting material. We've also got some diamonds. Very nice. There's also another of these crypts, which, to be honest, I don't really care about. I do care about adamantite, though. That's a lovely find. What I'd really like, though, is a nice big open cave with plenty of lapis on the walls. This water cave isn't bad, but it's kind of annoying to navigate. We've once again broken into the crypt. I guess we might as well loot these chests since we're here. And they are, wow, just... Oh, wait, they have cobwebs. That's great. That's actually exactly what we needed. On the map, there seems to be some kind of central room, so I would like to check that out. I swear, these places have the buggiest world generation I've ever seen. Right, here we are. This is the central room. There's actually quite a lot of enemies here. Doesn't matter, though. We can take them. There's an end crystal right in the center, which I'm going to blow up for fun. There's actually quite a few end crystals here. Can you guys get out of the way, please? I'm busy defiling this place. There really is just nothing useful here. Yes, we've got some mithril. This stuff is impossible to find. And there's even more up here, plus a little bit of morkite. And there's even more here. Oh, and that's a mutant skeleton. We can take him. I bet we can take him. He may have 200 health, but he can't even land a hit on us. That was actually way easier than I thought. Wow, look at him now. We can go around picking up his limbs. How lovely. That gigantic bunny at the start of the game was more scary than the mutant skeleton. I do like this rainbow biome we found ourselves in. Looks sick. And there's also a chest with loads of diamonds, plus a creeper that's coming to try kill us. And we've also got a pair of steadfast spikes, which gives us immunity to knockback. They do look really stupid, but for immunity to knockback, it is well worth the cost. It doesn't help that silver ore looks almost identical to moonstone and verglass. There we go. There's the actual ore that we want. This little man spent all of his allowance on gear, and now he's really excited to fight the hero. Well, too bad. This is real life. We're going to teach him a lesson. Also, for some reason, that zombie had 120 health. I'm not really sure why. I guess he just felt like it. I don't need verglass. I want moonstone. Is this moonstone? No, it's platinum. Great. That's more verglass. You know where a guy might get moonstone in these parts? That honestly sounds slightly illegal. I've also just spotted a mutant creeper over there, so we're going to go kill it, obviously. These guys are putting up a better fight than the mutant skeleton. skeleton did. No, the mutant creeper despawned. Fighting all those stupid baby zombies took so long, he just said, nah, I'm out. I'm gonna go blow up somewhere else. Oh, haha, yay, more Verglass and not Moonstone. And we'll take Mithril, though. I like Mithril. Is this Moonstone? No, no, it's not. Trust me, the ores are way too similar to each other. Once we actually find a piece of Moonstone, you'll see what I'm talking about. On the bright side, we have found tons of Lapis and Morkite, so we've got that side of things sorted. Oh, wow, just a normal amount of monsters in these caves, you know, nothing much. There's a random golden hook lying here, so let's grab that. This is very nice. It increases experience dropped by creatures. We're now dual-wielding a magma gauntlet and a hook. We've got a haunting soul here that collects souls of our enemies to gain more attack damage. And there's also an arcane orb, which looks pretty cool, but it's a weapon, so not going to be great for us. Oh, just look at this thing, though. That is sick. We just go around hitting enemies with it. I have lost all hope at this point. I'm going to go strip mining until I find it, whether that takes me 1 hour or 10. Oh my days. This ore is so impossible to find. We have found one of the rarest ores in the entire mod pack. Unobtainium. Right, okay, the rarest ore in the game instead of finding Moonstone. I mean, just look at this thing. You actually have to use an alloy forge in order to get ingots for this. It's used to create metallurgium ingots, and this goes on top of netherite with a smithing template. I mean, if we could track down some palladium, then we could actually make a metallurgium ingot and then get one metallurgium weapon or item. Oh, okay, so looking at the graph here, you can only find palladium in the nether. Well, that was a nice distraction from endlessly mining for Moonstone. Now back to work. I'm also trying not to think about the fact that we probably need about 4 or 5 Moonstone ores anyway, since you need 8 pieces of Moonstone to craft the compass. And we found more Verglass! Why? Oh, hooray! Diamonds. There is no reason this ore should be this rare. It doesn't even make some overpowered armor or weapons. It's literally so we can make a compass. And it's weird that there's just a bajillion Verglass ore, but never any Moonstone. Finally! Oh my God, why did that take so long? Also, look at this. This is borderline identical to Verglass, just with a few extra purpley pixels in it. Please, please, please don't be a one vein. It was a one vein. At least now I know it actually exists in this game. Look at that. That is Verglass right there. Can you see now how I kept mixing them up? Also, I don't know what this giant structure is. Actually, no, I do. I think it's a crypt. Yep, that's a crypt. We do at least have some skill points to spend, which is nice. We can get the heavy armor mastery, as well as some extra melee damage. We're actually only 2 skill points away from getting part of the Crusader now. We're probably also 2 hours away from getting all the Moonstone required. Yes, we found some more! And we just got 1 from it. Our Fortune 3 didn't help at all. And there's even more up there. Was I just getting so insanely unlucky when it came to this stuff? Let's immobilize this whole group of mobs. You're not going anywhere. We've got another skill point. We are so close now. Please, just give me 2, please. Yes! We literally need 1 more piece, and then we can finally leave the caves. There we go! Yes! It's now everywhere. I don't understand how it was so difficult to find, and I just found all of those pieces in the span of about 3 minutes. And once again, look at that silver ore. That also looks like Moonstone. It is so annoying to find. But now we're free! Sunlight! On the way back, there's actually 3 separate villages that we can visit to see if we can find a goddess statue. I don't know whether to be happy or absolutely fuming about what happened, because even though the Moonstone was incredibly frustrating to find, it did lead to us getting unobtainium as well as a ton of the mythic metals. Here's the first village, which doesn't seem to have a statue. This one does have a waystone, so that's rather useful. We got a sheep plushie hat in his chest, as well as a ghost cloak. Look at that. We get a little sheep on our head. As for the cloak, I can't actually seem to equip this, so I don't really know what the point of it is. I would imagine it would go in one of these slots. Maybe it goes on the back slot where we have our backpack. Unfortunately, there does not seem to be a statue in this village. This is the last village. I don't even think I want to know what happened here. While this village doesn't have a statue either, I've just found out we can use the structure compass that we're going to craft in a few minutes to locate somewhere that does have a goddess statue. These guys are idiots. Hey, get out of bed. I want to rest in there. That one rose bush claimed the lives of 3 guard villagers. I mean, if they were defeated by a rose bush, I doubt they'd have been much help defending the village from any actual threats. Oh, hello. There's an illusioner here. I really don't know what his plan is, since we're going to just kill him in 2 hits. He does drop the Totem of Illusion, which has some extra effects when we take lethal damage, but the downside is not all types of damage will trigger this, and therefore regular totems are king. There's also a pillager tower here, which is just just going to contain another illusionaut, so there's no point raiding that. Once we get over this mountain, we should practically be home. Actually, that reminds me, we need to go through that portal to the prisoner's quarters. I've just made a waypoint for our house. I don't know why I didn't think to do that sooner. Home, sweet home. Finally. The spoils of that mining trip are not to be underestimated, as we now have enough lapis to last us a lifetime, as well as an entire stack of mithril, wherever I put it. There it is. We got 55 mithril, 13 adamantite, and 25 extra orichalcum, as well as 41 verglass and only 10 moonstone, but that's enough. That's all that we need. Oh, and of course, how could I forget? We also got a piece of unobtainium. While we're here, let's use all of our morkite to max out our alloy forge's fuel. And just like that, we are going to be smelting up a ton of hallowed ingots. We'll also proudly display the mutant skeleton skull. Oh, look at that. He can watch over us while we sleep. How lovely. We need to smelt up some stone bricks into cracked stone bricks. And while we wait for that, let's also craft up a ton of extra healing runes. I've just realized we need redstone in order to craft a compass, so if you'll excuse me for a second. Right, there we go. We can now finally go ahead and craft a compass. Then we surround it with the cobwebs and the cracked stone bricks in order to make the explorer's compass. Then we'll craft a second compass and turn this one into the long-awaited moonstone compass. And for some reason, the quest still hasn't cleared, because even though this is classified as an optional quest, it's apparently a dependency in order to complete this stupid quest. We have to complete 6 quests in spell swords / wizards. So spell swords is this stuff and wizards is this stuff. I'm going to speed through all of this because I do not want you guys having to suffer through boring grinding. Right, boom. Fire wand, frost wand, and arcane wand. That's the first quest done. 2 nether bricks, 1 blaze powder, 1 stick, and 1 gold ingot. Boom, another quest done. 2 amethyst, 1 ender pearl, 1 stick, 1 gold ingot. That makes another staff. That's another quest. 4 glass, 2 blaze rods, 1 glowstone, and 2 blaze powder makes a fire orb. That's our 4th quest. We've only done 4 quests, but apparently we've completed this, so I will happily check it off. I don't know why that worked, but I'm not complaining. And now finally we can actually check off this quest, and we'll be recognized when we defeat the old champion. Why was that so annoying? I don't know. I don't actually know what the purpose of the moonstone compass is, but I will figure it out. Just like I said, we can use the explorer's compass to find a goddess statue and just buy a bunch of extra hearts. Although it is 2,500 blocks away. That was incredibly annoying, but on the bright side, all of our hallowed ingots are ready. And also, we have the final skill point required to unlock Path of the Crusader. There's no limit to the amount of skill points we can earn for this, which means we can theoretically collect every single power here. I'm thinking we upgrade from a sword to a great hammer, because the thing is, enemies are so tanky in this mod pack that if we can hit huge crits with a really slow weapon, that would be incredibly useful. The sword is great, but it does feel like sometimes we're just smacking and smacking and smacking, and the enemy just doesn't go down. We'll first go with a diamond great hammer. We're going to grab a bit of pyrite, because we're going to need to reforge this thing. The maximum tier we can get with pyrite is legendary, so that's what we're going to be going for. We won't accept anything less. We're going to be upgrading this hammer all the way to unobtainium, which is why we need to get the legendary roll right now. There we go, there it is. We'll then go ahead and enchant this thing. We've also got to return to the librarian in order to buy a mending book. I didn't even teleport here because I'm trying so hard to conserve levels right now. I think we had 70 and we've gone all the way down to 19. I've got these 2 hammers so far, which are pretty decent, but there's still a lot more that I want to do. As I mentioned earlier, the anvils have been tweaked in this mod pack, so thankfully combining these 2 is going to be nice and cheap. Just kidding, it costs 47 levels. I'm going to mine a bunch of nether quartz in order to raise our level, and then once we get high enough, I'll claim a bunch of quests on top of that so that we get loads and loads of XP. I can also grind zombie piglins because I forgot we have the captain's hook, which is going to increase our XP gain. We might as well kill another of these guys again to get extra XP. Not exactly a very difficult boss, is he? I don't know what's going on, but we're definitely winning, and he's already dead. I've gone ahead and grinded us all the way up to level 37, so now with all the extra quests that we can claim, this should be perfect. All this grinding has actually had the side effect of giving us a load of skill points, so we have 5 for the regular tree and 4 actually for the special paladin's tree. I've realized we actually have to pick a signature ability. We can't have this entire table. We can either have Heavensmith's Call to cool down an anvil from the heavens, we can have Sacred Onslaught to charge forward and deal damage, or we can have Consecration, which consecrates the ground beneath our feet, dealing damage to enemies and healing allies. In my opinion, there's only one choice here, and it's the Heavensmith's Call. The thing is with Sacred Onslaught, we're going to be maining a hammer from now on, which is a 2-handed weapon, so we can't use a shield, which means we don't really get much use out of this ability. And Consecration is decent, but we don't have any allies that we need to heal, so I feel like the natural choice is Heavensmith's Call. Plus, in my opinion, this ability synergizes really well with the earlier ability that we got with the Death Defy, Why? Because once we get low HP, we gain regeneration and exhaustion. However, with the recuperate ability, Divine Adjudication granted to you by Heavensmith's Call now cleanses stacks of exhaustion from you. So this is going to let us get all the benefits of Death Defy and remove all the downsides. We'll go ahead and grab this, and then we grab this. With our 5 points for the regular skill tree, I'm thinking we grab plus 3% healing power in order to unlock plus 10% max health. We then get 2 bonuses to melee damage, as well as a small boost to attack speed. Right, let's go ahead and test out our Heavensmith's Call. So we press V, and there we go. And it keeps hitting the piglins. Oh yeah, this is going to be great for cleaning out hordes. This was definitely the right choice. I'm very happy with this. I will say the early game with this mod pack does kind of suck. It is so hard to kill enemies. You feel like you do no damage. It just takes forever. But once you start getting access to all of the powers, it is so fun. All right, let's go ahead and claim all of our bonus XP from these nether quests. And we also get a free Wither Skull. For some reason, we haven't been given the credit for this quest, finding the Blaze King Tower, which is weird because we found it twice now. Actually, no, we found it 3 times, I think. All right, we're now level 69, a number that has absolutely no humorous connotations whatsoever. I am going to craft one more hammer because I want to get the stagger enchantment. Oh, I'll definitely grab looting 3. We'll go ahead and combine these 2, and then we'll go ahead and make yet another hammer. There it is. There's stagger 2. We combine it with another book to get stagger 3. We combine these 2 together, which breaks the anvil. Good job, I've got a spare. We then add the Sharp 4 Mending Book to our legendary hammer. Oh my god, this requires 62 levels. Are you serious? That sounds bad, but this is definitely doable. Finding the old champion's grave gives plus 5 levels. Killing him gives us plus 10, and then he turns into a frenzied shade as his second state, which then gives us another 10. So just by fighting that one boss, that's 25 off the bat. Plus, if we craft some of these different hammers, it's actually not the same as the one that we currently have, we get even more levels. Alright, that's all well and good, but now I've got a plan. Also, I'm starting to realize how ridiculous I look. First, we're going to go and find the old champion, and we're going to kill him. That is step 1. Then, step 2, we're going to come back home, we're going to upgrade all of our gear, we're going to make the best hammer in the game, yada yada yada. Then we're going to immediately seek out the next champion and take on the returning knight, which is an absolutely giant boss. We should be able to get a look at him here. I think it's this one? Yeah, this is him. Then we can move on to these 2 guys right here, the Decaying King and the Fallen Icon. Before we go, let's craft as many golden apples as we can afford, and then we can check the location of the champion's grave. We'll go ahead and mark that on the map. And as for the village with the goddess statue, it's over here. I do want to... Hello? That caught me so off guard. Right, now as I was going to say, I do want to make sure we have as many hearts as possible, so we're going to use nether travel to quickly get over to that goddess statue village. Oh, we've got a boss bar. We've found the Decaying King slightly too early. Even though we're not going to fight him right now, this is an amazing find because it saves us having to find him later. Let's make a waypoint for that, and we'll continue on our way. We do have to do a bit of bridging because we unfortunately can't quite make this gap. In theory, this should be basically spot on. My calculations were just slightly off considering we're almost 2 kilometers away from where we're supposed to be. I'm going to try again. Please excuse me. Thankfully, since we have so much obsidian, I don't need to spend any time breaking our old portal. The reason I got confused is because the coordinates of the village are 0, minus 720, which is fine. Instead of using the actual Z coordinate for the village, I somehow got that mixed up with the actual distance from our base to the village, which was 2,500. Bit of a silly mistake, but we should be spot on now. There we go. We got within 100 meters. We must be in some incredibly high mountain right now because we're at 116 Y and we're still not at the surface. For reference, the average height of terrain is about Y 60 to 70. Okay, finally on the surface. And there's our statue. It's called Tarry Town Goddess Statue, but it is just a statue. There's no town. All right, well, we can finally spend all of our spirit orbs. That has taken us up to green hearts, so we currently have 3 full health bars and then 2.5 hearts on top, combined with 4.5 hearts from our netherite absorption band. Before we go home, I do want to check out this structure right here. Nothing really to write home about. I will check if there's a champion's grave nearby. Okay, no, there isn't. The nearest one is the one all the way over there that we've already got marked. Now then, where did we emerge from? Oh, hello. Hold on, we're not going to be going back home just yet. Oh, hello, that's a baby Vindicator. I think I just, I don't know how to put this in a family-friendly way, but that child is no longer with us. I got a boss to fight, so I'm not really sure what I'm even doing in here, but but it is pretty fun to loot this castle. There's a music disc for the Skyrim main theme. Whoever created this mod pack, it's good to know that they have good taste. If I had to guess, the best loot is at the top of the castle. Well, this is the very top, and I'm not seeing any loot. Cool little structure. Let's head back home. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not exactly very little. Aha, here we go. Let's bunny hop our way back home because we have an elderly champion to slay. That sounds kind of sad, actually. It sounds like he's a pensioner who's doing his crossword, and I'm just going to come beat him up. Oh my god, well, there goes me. I love how all that managed to do was take out one of our nearly 4 health bars. We could once again use nether travel to get to the champion's grave, but I think it would be nice to see a bit of the world and see if there's any other interesting structures along the way. I mean, hey, while we were in the nether, we already found the decaying king, so who knows what we might find on this journey. I sound like a very optimistic Disney tour guide, specifically for those river rides that you can go on where it's like journey through Alice in Wonderland. I don't even know if they own the rights to that. And then they're always like, oh, what are we about to see next? And it's like, bro, you know. Stop lying to me. You know what's up next. You've been on this ride probably 100 times today. I don't go to many theme parks. I don't really go outside either. We're over halfway there now. This hasn't taken very long at all. Every mod pack should now be legally required to have this cloud in a bottle trinket because it is just perfect. I cannot think of a more fun movement ability. The only one that really comes to mind is the Leviathan grappling hook from the Cataclysm mod. That is also incredibly fun. There's a random boss iron golem right here called Glem the Construct. Why did he make me jump? I really don't want him to break our armor before we even get to the boss, so we're going to be a bit careful here. And by that, I mean I'm just going to soak up every hit and forget to use any of my special abilities. I've just realized I've still forgotten to craft a helmet. We're just running with a sheep on our head with no defensive abilities whatsoever. I'm sure it'll be fine. We have enough health to make up for it. The boss bar has appeared. We just need to head a little bit deeper into the forest. I wonder where the modded structure could be. Here it is. We do have an emergency waystone if this goes completely wrong and we got to bail out of there. Okay, let's do this. Here he is along with a free creeper. I probably should have brought a shield for this, but I completely forgot. Also, could you stop helping him? Just let me go one-on-one. Thank you. Come on then, you bag of bones. I'm going to be honest, we are just absolutely destroying him so far. We've got to make sure to use all of our special abilities. We've got our divine protection active to protect us from his next few attacks. He's putting up a decent fight. I'll give him that. Also, apparently light weakens him, so if we can get him underneath that opening, that will really help us. Oh, he's entering his second phase, but now we're doing so much damage. What has caused that? Oh, you're finished, mate. I don't even understand. I suddenly saw his health bar get absolutely decimated. He has now become the Frenzied Shade, which we need to kill quickly because it is very fast. Yeah, you lost, man. Just accept the L and move on. All right, get out of it. You're dead. See you later. Why is there another one? Just go away. This guy is such a sore loser. Right, job done. Pretty solid stuff. We didn't even have a helmet. We just got our sheep. I'm going to name him... we got to name him Jeb. We got Jeb the sheep. Right, let's claim all of our rewards. We're already up to level 60. We got a few special items from that. We got a Lord's Soul, which is very important, an Essence of Eventide, and a Draugr, which is actually a pretty strong sword. It does 10 damage. The Lord's Soul is needed in order to summon the next boss, although we can actually use it to make some pretty cool weapons. Not that we need to, since our unobtainium hammer is going to be by far the best weapon in the game. We might as well also steal this block of gold from his grave. Rather disrespectful, but then again, he's the one that couldn't take his loss lying down and decided to come back from the grave for a second time for revenge. I don't even know what to say about this thing. I'm just going to let him get on with his business, and I'm going to get on with mine. I still don't know what caused us to just absolutely decimate him in the second half of that fight. It felt like we were just chipping away his health, you know, nothing insane, but nothing terrible, and then suddenly we just deleted him. Oh, wow, we've actually got the maximum amount of skill points left. Right, got to think wisely about this. I will take one more boost of attack speed. I like that. I'm not 100% sure what the point of stamina is. There are also items that can completely reset our skill tree and give us all the points back, so if I do make some terrible decisions, we can undo them. It's not the end of the world. We'll take more melee damage, and plus 10% max health again. And we'll then grab 2 more boosts to melee damage and 1 more attack speed boost. Oh, wow. And then that unlocks a new skill tree. Ascendancy ability. We don't have any points for this yet, but these look insane. Right now, I'm mainly thinking of going with this one, the Righteous Hammers. And this is going to let us summon hammers that orbit us for a duration, dealing melee damage to nearby enemies and granting you 2% increased melee attack per hammer. And then there's also a bunch of extra buffs around it, like extra melee damage, extra health, yada yada yada. Well, to be fair, it's either going to be the hammers or this one, the Skyward Sunder, which lets us gain a stack of barrier per stack of might and charge forward, knocking back enemies and performing an upward strike. And the reason I might take this is because there's way more opportunities for us to get extra melee damage here compared to this, where there's a lot of jump height and health. We've got 5 points in the Crusader skill tree as well, so let's unlock all of these extra abilities. And we'll also grab these 2 boosts to melee damage. Real quick, we're going to go ahead ahead and craft ourselves an anvil. And the reason for that is so we can claim the rewards of this quest, which gives us a galena chunk, which we can use to reforge our hammer to mythic. Of course, mythic isn't the only reforge it can get us, so we're doing it on the spare hammer just in case we roll something good or bad. And we got mythic. Of course, we immediately got mythic. And look at this. If we combine the legendary with the mythic one for an objectively worse hammer, it would be 62 levels. But if we just swap them around, it's now 34. And we shall christen this hammer with the name Earth Crusher. I do want to honor our diamond sword. It was our first mythic weapon and was incredibly useful early game. We'll of course immediately upgrade the Earth Crusher to netherite. We definitely had mending on one of the hammers. I'm not seeing it on the Earth Crusher anymore, so that's a bit strange, but I probably messed something up during the combining process. It has 3000 durability anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. It looks like this creeper wants to be the first mob to be destroyed by the Earth Crusher. If you'll excuse me, I need to very quickly go to the nether and find a single piece of palladium. I'm pretty sure that's what we're looking for. Yep, there we go. Very nice. We can then combine palladium with a hallowed ingot and a piece of unobtainium to create metallurgium. Lovely. This quest is rather useful because for creating a metallurgium ingot, we get another metallurgium ingot. We'll of course go ahead and duplicate our unobtainium upgrade, and then we can go ahead and upgrade the Earth Crusher to the final tier. Trust me, we are going to absolutely decimate the next boss with this thing. Next up though, we are due for some armor upgrades, especially in the helmet department. Because of all that ancient city raiding that we did at the start of the game, we have 3 warden upgrades. So we're going to go with 3 pieces of warden armor and 1 piece of metallurgium armor. I was planning on using all of these hallowed ingots, but the thing is, the hallowed armor has the same stats as warden armor, except warden armor gives some extra knockback resistance and armor toughness. Both warden and metallurgium need netherite first, so that's what we'll be crafting up. That does also mean we need to duplicate netherite upgrades. That's all of our netherite crafted up. We'll make all of the diamond armor pieces that we need. Then we've got to get some reforging done. I'll be happy with epic or above. Alright, solid stuff. We've got a full set of epic diamond armor. Unfortunately, in order to enchant our new armor, I'm going to have to grind levels again. Being able to one-shot basic mobs now is absolutely lovely. And this guy just dropped a soul star. It says, where does it lead? But when I try and use it like an Eye of Ender, it doesn't seem to work. I'll keep hold of it for now. They just keep coming and I keep mowing them down. We've actually earned a skill point in the 3rd skill tree, and after some thought, I'm thinking we go with the hammer ability. It's just going to be way cooler than just charging forward and launching someone upwards. Here we go. Righteous hammers. We've also got 2 skill points in the Crusader skill tree, so we'll grab Exhaustive Recovery and Aegis. And now we can test out our hammer ability, which... oh yeah, there we go. You can see him. Even though we're only level 34, we can claim 25 additional levels just by doing stuff like crafting a mace, which gives 5 XP for some reason. There's the first mace, then we make an iron one, and then a diamond one. We also need to make an iron great hammer, as well as a diamond great hammer. We then make an iron claymore, as well as a diamond claymore. And just like that, we can now claim 25 extra levels. Actually, not 25, 35. We can also get an extra 5 levels for crafting a moonstone compass. For some reason, there's 2 quests for doing this. And we can grab 5 levels for this quest for obtaining the Paladin Librum. And with that now out of the way, we should be able to max out this diamond armor. Well, I've already burned through all 70 of our levels, so I'm now in the deep dark farming skulk. You're supposed to reforge to epic after you've crafted the armor because it is so expensive to combine epic armor pieces with other armor pieces. Also, I crafted this hallowed hoe. It's very useful. I did not think those hallowed ingots we were working so hard towards would be used to make a hoe, but here we are. I don't know why I just didn't do this in the first place instead of trying to grind zombie piglins. This is so much faster. To be fair, actually, I'm pretty sure only killing mobs will advance the skill tree. XP from stuff like skulk doesn't count. We finally have enough levels to combine our current diamond leggings with these epic ones so we can get prop form mending. And that's all our levels, so I'm going straight back to the deep dark. Thankfully, we've got a waystone in there now, so we can just easily teleport there. The skulk mines. The children yearn for the skulk mines. I'm using our explorer's compass to point us in the direction of a side boss, which we can kill for some easy XP. Oh, hello. We might as well do the quest to observe him. We're observing. We're observing. We're trying to observe. It's not working. There he is. Let's see if we can cast our spell to immobilize him. Okay, calm down. Let's all just relax. Freeze! That didn't work. He's immune. He's also got 800 HP, and he is still decimating us, so we should get out of here. Unfortunately, we're not quite able to kill the warden yet, especially because he has nearly 1000 HP. He managed to get us down to 1.5 health bars. That's the lowest we've been in a very, very long time. For now, let's just focus on tracking down this boss. We're only about 300 blocks away. This is the biggest lava lake I've ever seen. It does also make for quite a fun parkour course. The boss should be in this area right here. Yep, there it is, the Void Blossom. It's going to try and stab us with purple spikes, which do basically no damage. See, look at this. We could just stand in them and probably still survive. survive. We'll go ahead and cast all of our abilities. I don't know why, but our hammers actually don't show up in first-person mode. It must be some kind of shader bug. Also, our hammer is absolutely decimating this thing. It's already dead. That's it. That's the fight. That then means we can claim its quest, giving us a void bow and, more importantly, 10 XP levels. We've got 2 more skill points to spend in the Crusader skill tree, which I don't really understand considering I believe this is the only thing left that we have to unlock. So we grab that and then we can't get anything else. So I don't know why we have an extra skill point. However, we can now go ahead and start filling out this skill tree. I've just realized I forgot to give the old champion a rating on the fraud scale. He put up a decent fight, so I'd give him about a 5 out of 10 fraud level, but that plant, that was a solid 10 out of 10. It probably lasted about 20 seconds before we killed it. And now if you'll excuse me, I need to trade a solid 80 emeralds from Fletcher's so that we can afford all the mending books we need. A corrupted enderman has spawned in. I think it's time we try challenge one of these. Oh my god, that scared me. I mean, he's not actually very scary, is he? See ya. Wow, he was all bark and no bite. I really thought he was going to do something actually scary, but no, he died in about 4 hits. Right, we've got all the emeralds that we need now. Oh, the corrupted enderman actually dropped something. It says it causes the tool to lose durability at a slower rate. I don't know if that means we can apply it to our tools. I don't really understand how that works. Still, pretty cool item. Here's our librarian. Let's buy all of the mending books that we need. And then we jump all the way back home. Let's add mending to our boots. And I'm then gonna fish for a couple more enchantments that I want. We'll get Unbreaking 3 and mending on our helmet. We'll grab Feather Falling on our boots. And then I'll weep because we've run out of levels right at the last hurdle. And with that, I shall once again return to my Skulky prison. Have I really just uncovered a 4 vein of moonstone? Are you serious? I'm also looting some of the Blackstone towers that we skipped over earlier so that we can get some extra ancient debris for rerolls on our gear. We've actually ended up coming across the Cursed Eye, which is a really good find. In this mod pack, regular Eyes of Ender don't work on the end portal. Instead, we need 12 special eyes that can only be found scattered throughout the world. Okay, all done, and as an added bonus, we're now level 39. It actually isn't very long until we'll be taking on the Decaying King. Wait, what? How is he doing that? That is not how that works. I think it's better to just not ask, to be honest. It's annoying, but we have to combine our uncommon chestplate with our epic one in order to get the enchantments that we want, because otherwise we're going to be stuck with fire protection instead of regular protection. Of course, we then go ahead and do some re-rolling, and just like that, we've got an epic chestplate again. We'll also finally toss Swift Sneak onto our leggings, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to say we can finally upgrade this diamond armor. We'll go ahead and duplicate a warden upgrade just so we have a spare if we ever want it. We then grab these 3 warden carapaces, and then you realize that you're an idiot and you actually need to combine these into reinforced echo shards to actually get the warden upgrade. That's fine because we'll set our sights even higher than warden armor and go for a full suit of metallurgium armor. We will be going on a mining trip to find some, but that'll be later down the line. Despite not quite getting to do the upgrades I wanted, our armor is still vastly better now, so we are going to be taking on many bosses. Let's first craft up some more golden apples. We also have so many hearts now, I'm actually going to swap out our Juggernaut band for this Angelista's Revenge, which gives us plus 8% attack damage, because I feel like at this point we should start prioritizing extra damage rather than extra health. If we go ahead and smelt a piece of soul sand, we'll acquire a lost soul. I actually got mixed up between Lord Souls and Lost Souls. Quite an easy mistake to make. And now we have the Lost Soul. This is what we need to summon the Returning Knight. I know we had the bug with these quests earlier, but it looks like this one will actually clear when we kill the Returning Knight, so we don't have to worry about doing this stupid complete 16 quests and spell swords or wizards. All we need to do is find the Cathedral of Resurrection, and it's 8,000 blocks away. Nice. Right, I've got the corresponding nether coordinates in chat. There shouldn't be any mistakes like with the goddess statue. We've gone ahead and stumbled across a nether eye, so that is 2 out of the 12 eyes we need. I found a little mini boss of sorts. It's the Wildfire, one of the mob vote losers. I'm expecting him to be rather fraudulent, I'm gonna be honest. Yep, he has got absolutely no chance. On the fraud rating scale, that is a 10 out of 10, no doubt about it. These coordinates should be bang on. It's a couple 100 meters away, that's not too bad. There's an illusioner here, which is incredibly annoying, so we're gonna have to deal with him first. Alright, all done. I just spammed all of our special abilities and it eventually killed him. Oh, there it is. It's bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so now we just need to use our lost soul on this altar. That seemed to work. This is it, the Returning Knight. I'm already gonna cast all of our special abilities. We're gonna start doing some major damage with the hammer. We gotta watch for when he slams down. So far, so good, though. Nothing to be concerned about. Oh my god. He's already half health. We are destroying him. Let's activate our divine protection to keep us safe. Come on, you. Let's get out of the way. We'll just keep smacking at him with our insanely overpowered hammer. I'm pretty sure we've got to kill all these sorcerers that are healing him. Right, there we go. They're all gone. We can start doing insane damage again. All of of our abilities have now recharged. You fool! You can't even get past my third health bar. He's almost dead. We've got this. We've got this in the bag. Easy. We'll be seeing you. Come on, pack it up. Show's over. You're done. You're not even going to get to do your final attack. He actually ended up dropping his weapon, which is pretty cool. He also dropped an Arkenstone, which is very important because we're going to need to use this in order to create the item to summon the final twin bosses. Alongside the Arkenstone, we also need a Withered Demon Heart, which I'm pretty sure we get from the Decaying King, an Essence of Luminescence, and a Crown of Chaos. There we go. We can tick off these quests as well. We can also get some XP for finding that Nether Eye. It's a little bit hard to make out, but the Monarch of Chaos, his little icon, it looks like he's wearing that Crown of Luminescence or whatever it's called. I'm 100% sure now that we can easily defeat the Decaying King, so we'll go and take him on, and then we'll double back and take out the Monarch of Chaos. And then following that, we'll be fighting the Fallen Icon. We don't even need to find a structure in order to fight the Fallen Icon. All we need to do is use the Essence of Eventide that was dropped by the old champion's remains. That was a pretty cool boss, so on the fraud meter, I wouldn't say he was particularly fraudulent. I'll give him a 4 out of 10 fraudulence. He was easy to defeat, but he put up a decent fight, hence his lower rating. Our Nether portal should be around here somewhere. There it is. I can see it through the trees. The Decaying King is not long for this world, I'll tell you that much. On the quest list, he is a tier higher than the Returning Knight, so he's probably going to be decently more difficult. Also, unrelated, but Swift Sneak is such a good enchantment. I keep forgetting how good it is until I finally get it later on in videos, and then I remember, oh wait, this is one of the most fun enchantments in the game. We've found his Decaying Kingdom, apparently, and I believe he should be inside. Oh, yep, there he is, and he's already very angry, so we're just going to be jumping straight into this fight. Come on, then. Right, we are absolutely destroying him so far. I don't know if he's going to put up a better fight later on. Has he got a second phase, or is he just going to immediately die? All right, bye then. Have a good time. There we go. We've now got the Withered Demon Heart, and we also acquired a new weapon, the Darkened Blade. Would have been nice to have seen him use it, but he just kind of keeled over immediately. He must have been very decayed. Also, I thought these were diamond blocks, but they're just shroom lights, so now I'm just sad. Lovely stuff. We can check off that quest. In order to actually summon the Monarch of Chaos, we need to obtain the Shard of Uncertainty. Now, initially, I was a little bit uncertain. I'm so sorry. Please don't click off the video. I was a bit uncertain about how we could get this shard, but it turns out it's just dropped by the Wither, and that at this point is just going to be the freest fight of all time. Rather conveniently, this mod pack actually gives you 3 Wither Skulls for free. You get 1 for killing 5 Wither Skeletons, 1 for killing another 5 Wither Skeletons, which we'll grab now, and 1 for killing 10 Wither Skeletons, so we've just got to do 3 more. We also found the Decaying Kingdom, so we get extra XP, and then we can open some of these chests. I don't know if we have to pick between one or the other. Let's just grab this one. Oh, okay, we can actually see what's inside. I think we get both of them. We get a Tome of Undying and a Netherite Ingot. Now, in terms of the fraud rating for the Decaying King, it wasn't quite a 10 out of 10. Actually, no, it was. Let's be honest. I was going to try and give him the benefit of the doubt. He was a 10 out of 10 fraud. The only mark I can give him is that he lasted slightly longer than the Wildfire, so for that he gets a 9.5 instead of a 10 out of 10. We actually passed by another fortress on the way to the Decaying King. It should just be right over there. In fact, we're in it right now. There's another Netherite here, but unfortunately you can't use the same eye twice. Are there any Wither Skeletons in here? Yeah, there are. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Job done. We get our 3rd Wither Skull. Now all we gotta do is make our way back to the portal and fight him underground. Right, here we go. This should be pretty easy. I hope he hasn't been buffed, because our house is right there. Credit where credit is due. He does have more health than usual, but that's about it. And he's already dead. See you later, mate. There we go. We got our Shard of Uncertainty. I'm not gonna lie, I've spent so much time degenerately grinding gear that I think I've completely ruined the entire natural progression of the mod pack. We did get a heart container so we can finish off our 3rd row of hearts again. And we ended up getting 2 Wither Eyes for some reason. I think it's only supposed to drop 1, but that means we only have 9 more eyes to find now. We've got them all neatly stored away in this chest. Oh my days, I keep on forgetting about this. We need to go to the prisoner's quarters, but first we'll go ahead and take on the Monarch, whatever his name was. We do first need to go ahead and craft up a pedestal like so. I think I've messed that up somehow. I think it's that. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if this guy has any destruction-based effects, so we'll go and fight him out in the open fields. On goes the Shard of Uncertainty, and he's here, the Monarch of Chaos. We've of course got all of our buffs active. We're just going to start slamming him with the hammer. He's already half health. In fact, he's already nearly dead. And yeah, goodbye, mate. We got his weapon, the Withered Wabberjack, as well as some... let's not talk about those. We also got a Cape of Chaos Chaos, which we're obviously not going to be wearing, as well as the Crown of Chaos. We're now well over level 100, which is insane. We have Death Bar to 3 on our chest plate, which is why I've had to go back and grab some extra emeralds, because the next boss, the returning champion, is gonna be pretty difficult. At least from what I've seen, it's gonna be pretty difficult. I don't know if that's actually gonna be the case. In theory, all we have to do is just right-click with the Essence of Eventide, which isn't doing anything. Well, the quest doesn't actually explain this. Apparently, we do need an old moon altar in order to actually summon him. That's fine, though, because we have all the materials to craft it, so it's just gonna be a quick teleport back home. First, we need to go ahead and craft ourselves an iron skull, and then we make a base of obsidian with 2 moonstone and the iron skull on top. This is as good a place as any. Let's toss down the old moon altar, and then we'll add in the Essence of Eventide. The fallen icon is effectively a souped up version of the returning knight. We're gonna make sure to buff up real quick. We'll hit him with one of these. We'll use both of our ults, and now we gotta go in for the attack. So far, we're doing good damage. He keeps going for the slam attack. We've got to avoid that. This boss does actually have multiple phases, so even though it looks like we've almost beaten him already, he is gonna start charging up again. Come on, let's get your first phase over with. There we go. He's recharging back up to full. Unfortunately for him, though, he still has absolutely no chance against us. He's pulling off some Super Saiyan attacks. I really have no idea what his plan is when he's so obviously outclassed. Our ults have charged back up again, so we'll get them active. Okay. Actually, he's doing a bit of damage now. I've got to be careful. I've got to give him a bit of respect. He's beating the fraud allegations. Yeah, he does mean business. Okay, he's actually broken the first health bar. We're going to keep maneuvering around him. Get some more hits in as well. He's going to do some kind of laser beam attack. Ow. This guy actually means business. I can't even lie. Oh, okay. He's actually doing some serious damage now. Finally, a worthy opponent. Now, I don't really like that we're in this hole with him. That's a bit awkward. We have almost broken his second phase, though. He's going to charge up again. Oh, wait. No, that's the end. I don't know why he just laughed. That was weird, but whatever. I gotta give credit where credit is due. He gets a solid 1 out of 10 on the fraud scale. No fraudulent allegations whatsoever. Now that we've defeated him, we have acquired the Essence of Luminescence, which means we have all the items needed to summon the final bosses of this mod pack. His sword is awesome. You can use it to shoot moonlight beams. All we really have left to do now is to track down the remaining 9 special eyes, defeat the Ender Dragon, and then take on the final bosses. Oh, and yeah, we should probably go in here as well. I keep forgetting about this, so we're just gonna charge straight in. There is actually a boss in this area that's not mentioned in the quest, and he's pretty cool. I do need to remember how to find him, though. I do remember now. We have to first find a portal in this little dungeon area, and while it doesn't look very important, we'll need this for later, so we're gonna mark that on the map. Considering how insanely overpowered we are at this point, these mobs aren't particularly much of a challenge. There we go. We found the portal, the Promenade of the Condemned. Now that we're here, we need to find an underground area. Thankfully, we've got this rather handy sign pointing us right where we want to go. I love how ineffective all the mobs are at this point. We just one-shot most of them. Here we go. This points straight down. This is where we need to be going. We click on this to summon an elite mob. There we go. We've got a level 1 undead archer. And I'm going to be honest, he is probably going to die in about 3 hits. That's 1. And that's 2. And yep, that's the end. This thing gives us the Vine Rune. We can use this on these vine blocks to create a vine. I did mark our portal back, so we can just rush straight there. We'll go ahead and return to the overworld. Then we go back into the prisoner's quarters, and we head over to the vine room. We then grow a vine from this one block, and that's going to take us to the final dimension, the insufferable crypt. Here we are. And there's the boss, Conjunctivius. I don't really know how he works. I haven't seen a lot of footage of him on YouTube, but it looks like it's going pretty well so far. He's just going to sit there and burn to death, I think. We'll go in and get some more hits in on him. Come here. Just die, please. Make this easy. There's something in the floor that I think we're going to have to kill before we can do damage to him again. Yep, we got to hit his tentacles. Ugh, get him out of here. Disgusting. There we go. He charges in. We get a very free hit. Then he fires some lasers for some reason. We kill these little guys, whatever they are, little tentacles. He comes in for another attack. We hit him for a ton of damage. And then he goes and does something else. Oh, it's just more lasers. Okay. This guy is so easy. I'm literally just standing in front of him and he can't do anything. All right. Die now. See you later, Conjunctivius. Great lasers, man. They're doing so much damage. Should I pretend to, like, be hurt? You know, like when you pretend a kid's drawing is really good? Oh, well, it doesn't matter because now he's dead. He dropped a cursed sword which does 25 damage? And he also dropped a tentacle. Lovely. Oh, wait, you can use it like a grappling hook. Okay, that's actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. It's not the most consistent, though. Sometimes it doesn't seem to register when you actually touch a wall, so that is a bit annoying, but overall, pretty good movement item. When we hold the cursed sword, we get this cursed status effect. I don't know what it does, but it's probably not very good. Anyway, let's leave. If this pressure plate actually worked, that would be rather nice. I guess we'll just build out of here instead, then. We'll go back into the prisoner's quarters, and then we'll go back to the overworld. Here's something that I keep forgetting to do. Upgrade our backpack to the bejeweled backpack. There we go. We've got some extra space now. We're going to go ahead and craft up the Sword of Freya. We're not actually going to be attacking with this. What we're going to use it for is to summon it to our side, and it's going to attack for us. And that, for some reason, gives us the advancement Best Friends Forever. So we're now, that was, instead of taming a pet, we just tamed a sword. Oh yeah, look at that. It follows us. That is sick. Plus, we've got our hammers too. We've got our shields. We are so OP now. We might as well enchant this thing. There's no reason not to. And we actually got a great enchantment. Wow. Thankfully, you can reforge this with either Moonstone or Verglass. And since we have 40 Verglass, that's what we'll be using. Very nice. It's been upgraded to Epic now. How cool is it to have a summoned sword fight by our side at all times? And of course, we can't forget about Jeb on our head. He is the best sheep. We'll finally go ahead and actually use our Hallow Bars in order to make a full set of new tools. Feels good to actually use these things for something. We got really lucky with the rolls too. We've got Epic, Legendary, and Legendary. We'll go ahead and grab basic enchantments because why not? We can go ahead and claim even more levels for acquiring some of these new weapons. We're level 129. This is not acceptable. I'm really glad that we went with the hammer ability rather than this strike one, because as it turns out, you can get all of these mini little extra abilities regardless of whatever you choose. It's just the main ability that you only get one of. Also, I'm still earning points in the Crusader skill tree despite obviously not being able to spend a single one of them. There's also a bunch of rewards for defeating the Fallen Icon. This Power Glove trinket is great because it gives us +4 attack damage, so I'm thinking it's finally time we swap out our Captain's Hook, which gives us extra experience that's dropped by mobs. I mean, at level 144, it's not like we're going to be needing much experience anymore. With all of our different trinkets and whatnot added up, our hammer is probably doing about, I would say, 30 damage per swing, and then if you combine a crit with that, that's going to be 45 damage per swing, and then if you combine the strength effect we get whenever we get hit, that's going to be 90 damage per hit. Actually, no, I think it's even more. With all of that out of the way, though, we now need to start tracking down these eyes. The first one that we'll go for is the Corrupted Eye, which can be found at Pillager Outposts. Although this may actually be a little bit more difficult than I'd imagine because of how many different Pillager Outpost tags there are. Let's instead go for the Old Eye, which is found in desert temples, and then along the way, we can use the compass to search for desert Pillager Outposts. I've got the nether coordinates in chat again, but first we're going to need to collect some more obsidian. Although, we might actually be able to grab some in the nether instead, so we'll just collect it along the way. That's all crying obsidian, so that's no good. And this is all blue obsidian, which I don't know if it will work or not. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll pinch the top 2 corners of our nether portal to give us 10 obsidian, but then we'll also head over here and grab some of this blue stuff. And that way, once we get to the right coordinates, we can test if this stuff works, and if it doesn't, we've got enough obsidian to still go to the desert temple anyway. Alright, here goes nothing. Let's try out this blue obsidian. Will it light? Yes, it will. We're in a desert, so that's a good start. And you can see the desert temple on the map. There we go. These villagers are living large. Look at this. They got a whole castle. That's not important, though. What's important is this gigantic pyramid in front of us. We've actually just been given mining fatigue. I really hope there's not some desert elder guardian type deal in here. Yep, there's permanent mining fatigue. The entrance has been all blocked up by sand, though, so this is going to be really annoying to get inside. Come on, let me in. This is pure pain. Oh, we actually made it in. Sorry, I fell asleep while I was mining through. I just pressed a button on here at random and somehow it's actually lit up one of these campfires. Apparently there's a puzzle that you have to solve so that you have to light all of these in order to get access to the next layer. I'm not sure if we have to turn all the lights on here or all the lights off. That's all of them off. Did that do anything? Yes, it did. And finally we have this one, which I've been trying to figure out for a while, but I don't really understand. 1 to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to 3, and 2 to... I don't get it. Also, it doesn't help there's a husk spawner directly above this. Is it maybe signifying how many times we have to spin the item on the frame? That could work. So 1 has to be spun 4 times. Oh, wait, hold on. No, each sword is numbered individually, so we need to reset that. So we need to spin number 1 4 times. This one. This one here is number 1. Then we need to spin number 3 4 times as well. We spin number 4 3 times. And number 2 3 times. Did that work? It did not. Do we maybe have to press the button as well? That might work. Right, I had to look up the answer for this because I was getting quite stuck. Apparently, for each number of sword, they have to point at the corresponding number. So 1 has to point at 4. Not a big fan of getting endlessly assaulted by husks while trying to work it all out. Number 3 also has to point at number 4. 4 has to point at 3. And 2 has to point at 3. That should do it. And there we go! Finally. Okay, that makes not a lot of sense, or maybe I'm just not seeing things correctly. Either way, we're now in the next layer. Apparently, there are quite a few traps in here, so we're going to need to be careful. Though what I'm seeing so far is there's a cake on an observer with a light above it, so I'm going to assume we need to eat a slice of this cake. I just want to get the desert eye and then leave. We've got a little bit of parkour, which we can just completely cheese. Come on, where's my eye? We've finally gotten hungry enough to eat a slice of this cake, and all we did was get inflicted with slowness. Awesome. This is definitely a piston door, and there's probably some kind of puzzle to open it, but I'm just going to smash my way through. I knew it. Right, come on. The desert eye's got to be in here somewhere. Come on, man. We've even got an enchanted golden apple, but no eye. Come on. No. Maybe we'll find it past this room. It's actually just not here. In all fairness, it isn't actually a guaranteed spawn, just a chance you can find it in desert temple chests. Oh, there is one more room we haven't checked. Also, apparently we just killed the pharaoh, so that's gotten rid of the mining fatigue, which is very, very nice. Please have a desert eye. No, another god apple. Please. No. Oh my god, please. One more chest. Come on, man. Right, here we are back in the center. Let's return to the surface. Apparently, there's a pillager outpost about 1,000 blocks away, so we'll go check that out next. Thankfully, there is a waystone in this village, so we can just teleport back when we want to. Oh, there's actually a pillager outpost right here, even though that's not the one the compass is tracking. Come on, let's have an eye, please. Yes! Okay, all right. That's actual progress. This trip wasn't for nothing. Yeah, I don't know what you're going to accomplish with that piddly little crossbow, buddy. Just get out of here. Did you not just see your comrade get turned into a pancake before your very eyes? Why are you still trying? Looks like this guy's doing all the work for us, which is very nice. I'm just going to watch and let him do his bidding. Yes, you arbitrary computer code. Dance, puppet, dance. We're a third of the way in now. The next eye we should go for is a rogue eye, which is found in jungle temples, considering that we're already in a warm biome, so a jungle should be fairly close. It's not as close as I thought since it's 2,000 blocks away, but, you know, we'll make it there eventually. Once we're all lined up coordinates-wise, I'm going to hop back into the nether again. Mutton isn't my first choice, but we are a bit short on food at the moment. Back into the nether we go. If we're lucky, there might be some spare obsidian in this nether fortress. Look at that, there is some obsidian. Unfortunately, we are literally 1 piece short because 2 pieces are crying obsidian. Oh, doesn't matter, there's more over here. Right, here we go. We're apparently in a Joshua desert. Who is Joshua? Why does he have a desert? We shall never know. The temple should be just over this way according to the compass. I think, yep, there it is. We'll just break our way in. We've got a few cave spider spawners, nothing too bad. No eye yet. No eye in here. Oh no. Please, no. And that's all the chests, so we gotta find somewhere else. There is apparently another one about 900 blocks away, so we'll go check that too. I will say this rainforest biome is really pretty, so that gets bonus points from me. There we go, I can already see it. There's actually these weird rainbow trees right next to it. I have explored one of these before, so I do mainly know what to expect. I'm just gonna run through all the traps. There's a main room right at the bottom, and that's where all the loot is. Let's see what's behind these levers. Just some random silverfish. I thought it was going to be a bunch of chests. We'll just keep heading down. Does this have the jungle eye? No. There is a complicated redstone puzzle to solve this piston door, but since we don't have mining fatigue, we'll just charge straight through. This chest is trapped, so we'll mine around it. And it doesn't have the jungle eye. You know what? Let's go check for the lost eye next, because this can be found in mine shafts, so it should be quite easy to find. Famous last words, of course, but come on. Mine shafts are a dime a dozen. This is going to be the one where we actually find an eye. Okay, we're about close enough now. Here we are. First mineshaft chest, and it has the eye. Perfect. That's a rather nice change of pace. We have almost half the eyes that we need now. The black eye can be found in buried treasure chests, and apparently there's a shipwreck only 600 blocks away. Right now, it feels like we either find the eye instantly or spend 20 minutes looking for it and then just come up empty-handed. The desert was a dud, and 2 jungle temples were duds, but the pillager eye and the mineshaft eye came through immediately. There's our shipwreck. There's the chest. It's buried inside this stone, and there's no map. I mean, mean, we can probably find another one. It shouldn't take too long. I consciously decided not to try and grind for Depth Strider on our boots because I was thinking, why would we ever need that? But now I'm really regretting it. I can just about spot another shipwreck in the distance. Can I have a treasure map, please? Okay. And there's not a treasure map in here either. There could be one back here. Yes. I think if we click on this, it's going to locate a buried treasure for us. Wait, I'm actually an idiot. Why didn't I just search buried treasure chest in the structure directory? What is wrong with me? The map certainly isn't providing much help. It's just a map of where we are right now. The compass isn't finding any normal Minecraft buried treasure. Although there is this treasure from Legacies and Legends, which might work. Well, it's 5,000 blocks away, so maybe not. You know what? Let's teleport back home. I reckon we could easily snatch up the cryptic eye, considering it's just a small chance to obtain it when enchanting items. And we can burn a lot of levels on enchanting items. Here's our eye collection. It is coming along. It's just taking longer than I expected. Anyway, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to blow 100 levels on enchanting and disenchanting. Finally! Oh my god. This took way too many levels to get. We're now halfway there to collecting all of the necessary eyes. Before we go and collect any more eyes, let's see how many have spawned in the portal of the nearest stronghold. Even though we can't put the regular Eyes of Ender into the portal frames ourselves, if a stronghold portal generates with some eyes already in it, those will count towards the portal's activation. And so say we can find a stronghold with at least 2 eyes already in, that means we'll only need to collect 4 more unique eyes. And that would save us a lot of pain and suffering and grinding. Right, here we go. I didn't do quite so well this time. I'm 500 meters off. Funny enough, we've actually ended up in a jungle with a temple right next to us, so we might as well go check it. Nothing so far. We've got more puzzles and whatnot that we're just gonna ruin. Still no eye, and no eye in here either. Oh well, it was worth a look. There is yet another jungle temple here. Come on, don't give me hope like that. No eye. And I think that was the only chest in here. Never mind, we've got one more, and there's no eye. We should now be directly above the stronghold. Yep, here we go. As you can see, this place is a giant maze, even more so than its vanilla counterpart, but unfortunately for the game, we can just break it and see exactly where the portal is. It is absolutely wonderful to have a top-down map in this game. We've got a one-eye portal, so not amazing, but it does shave off 1 from our 12 that we need to collect. Let's go ahead and set up a nether portal in here, and then we'll go ahead and mark that down. There is a cold eye that can be found in igloos, and apparently there's an igloo about 1600 blocks away, so that's where we'll go next. Right, off we go. Okay, this should be it. According to the compass, the igloo, yep, it's right here. Please have an underground section or this was all for nothing. Okay, there's, okay, great. And you know what? I'm happy the creeper blew this place up. I don't want to waste you guys' time while I find a bunch of dud structures, so I'm going to go on a massive globe-trotting sightseeing event to track down the missing eyes, and we'll just cut to whenever we keep finding them in the respective areas. I'm literally killing a mini-boss to try and get one stupid eye. I didn't get the eye. Finally, there's the jungle temple eye. Elder Guardians each have a 30% chance of dropping the eye, so that's why I'm poking around in an ocean monument. There's another one here. Yes, there it is! Finally, there's the magical eye. This is the first igloo I found that actually has a secret chamber at the bottom. Can we please get the eye? It's supposed to be a 70% chance, so we're more than likely not gonna find it. Wow. Alright, we've got another igloo with an underground section. Please, can we just get the frozen eye? There's a random snow golem in here called Jack the Cold, so let's just murder him first. What are you doing defending our frozen eye? Get out of here. Oh, and he just dropped it. Okay. All right, then. And of course, there's one in the chest, because why wouldn't there be? We're actually going to go ahead and cure the zombie villager in here, not just because of his very cool sunglasses, but because we need him. Here you go. We only need one more eye now, and thankfully, it's really easy to get. We just need to buy it from a master rank cleric. And so if we cure this guy, his trades are going to be way cheaper, which is just going to make that whole process a lot easier. We've also got a waystone, so we can return home when we want. There we go. He's back to normal. Just look at how glorious our eye collection is now. You know, out of context, that would be a really concerning thing to hear. Now, all we got to do is buy this cleric's useless wares. Thankfully, we can also go ahead and sell gold to him. We'll buy a ton of glowstone, and he's not selling the eye. Hello, my good sir. Can I interest you in the job of a cleric? Even at the last step of collecting all the eyes, we are still running into problems. Come on. Why is he still not selling it, man? We still have a bunch of emeralds, so I'm not too worried. It's just really frustrating frustrating. I'm just gonna pray that this guy is finally the one who actually has the trade. Finally! There we go. Why do we also need a rabbit's foot? Why am I having to fight this bum? I just want to go kill some rabbits. I have seen so many rabbits throughout this video, but now that I'm actually searching for them, I can't find a single one. This guy's got some rabbit hide, but no rabbit's feet? Nope. I've managed to find giraffes, and yet not a single rabbit. I've even managed to find whatever this is before finding a single rabbit. There is a goddess statue in this village at least, so we can get a bunch of extra hearts for our trouble. I've even managed to discover a desert ocean monument before finding a single rabbit. Alright, forget the rabbits for a second. This is rather embarrassing to admit, but I've just found out that I've been looting these desert temples completely wrong. You see, I thought that this second floor with all the chests and barrels was the final floor, but it turns out there's actually a secret chamber underneath here every single time, and those are the actual desert temple chests, which means that every single desert temple we have been to so far has been a complete waste because I didn't actually open the real chests. Let's go ahead and knock out all of this TNT. Yeah, see, this is where all the good loot is. There's no desert eye in this temple, but I guarantee now that we've cleared out so many, I can just retrace our footsteps and easily find one. I've gone through a couple temples and there's no sign of it yet. Oh my god, finally! Okay, right, no more rabbit's foot, none of that rubbish. We have all the eyes we need, and it was in a place we had already explored. Right, let's get out of here and get back home. Trust me, I am executing that ender dragon on sight. We'll go ahead and snag power 4 on a bow. It's actually one of the best bow enchantments I've ever got. We have been through hell and back in order to get these eyes right here, and that's not even a figure of speech. We have been through the nether so many times in the past few hours. It has been an absolute nightmare, but at long last we have collected them all. I have been waiting a long time for this moment. This was incredibly painful, but man, does it feel satisfying to finally open the portal. I am more than ready to make ender dragons extinct. Let's get on with this. Do you want to know how long I had to spend collecting all your stupid eyes? You probably don't. Let's take out all of the easy crystals first. The explosions in this mod pack look really cool. I bet I can snipe that. Come on. Oh, I missed. Come on. Yes. All that's left now are the 2 protected crystals. We should be able to just bridge and then jump from tower to tower. That's 1. And I might be able to just knock that out from here. Yep. Okay, it's now time for the main event. This bow has a really high arrow velocity. It's way easier to hit shots with it. Alright, we can probably end it here and now. Come on. She has sent us flying, but we've got a double jump, so don't care. Right, here she comes. Let's use our ultimate and summon an anvil on her. Die! Imagine dying like that. That is crazy. We did get a Lord Soul and some other stuff, but the main thing is we got an Ender Dragon hat plushie. I'm not going to be replacing Jeb, but I do really like this one. Right, let's collect the egg. Lovely stuff. And now we're... oh no, we're in one of the random savannah villages that I slept in. Since all that's left now is the final boss, I didn't bother collecting the Elytra. Although before we take on the Twin Angels of Death, I'm going to go mining for some unobtainium. Home sweet home. Let's proudly display our dragon egg next to the mutant with a skeleton skull. Anyway, if you'll all excuse me, I have some unobtainium to find. Lovely stuff. There's our first piece. And there's actually a second right behind it. Oh, hold on. Never mind. The Fortune 3 on our pickaxe just turned that 2 unobtainium ore into 7 pieces. I'm glad to have finally found this stuff. I was alternating between exploring caves and strip mining. It was taking way too long. Let's go ahead and smelt up all of our glorious unobtainium. And then we'll go ahead and use some popped chorus fruit and endstone to craft galena chunks. We might be able to get lucky and re-roll our netherite armor to be mythic. Unfortunately, so far, all I've managed to do is turn it to rare. This is going to be my last netherite ingot. I really need a good re-roll here. Here we go. We just got epic again. I'll take it. All of our glorious metallurgium ingots are now ready. We'll, of course, duplicate our alloy upgrades again. And with that, we now have a full suit of the best armor in the game. Jeb doesn't seem that impressed, but I don't think much impresses Jeb. He just seems to permanently have an expression of being done with life. We'll now assemble the Crown of Chaos, the Essence of Luminescence, the Withered Demon Heart, and the Arkenstone in order to create the Chaos Orb. Just in time as well, because the sun is rising on day 100. I'm going to go ahead and clear this area of trees and shrubs so that we have an easier time maneuvering around. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Let's do this. They should be here any second. Yep. We're going to make sure to buff up first. We're going to start doing some big damage with the hammer. We're going to just be slamming into the Night Prowler. So far, so good. We've got got 11 enchanted golden apples too, so we can just chug those as well. We're going to just keep smacking them. My frame rate is dying right now. Come on, you. Get out of it. They can't even touch us. We are just way too overpowered at this point. We're 1v2ing the hardest bosses in the entire mod pack, and we're coming out without even a scratch on us. That's one. Although it looks like that powered up the second one that we didn't defeat. Listen, I am not scared of you. We'll just keep slamming you with our overpowered hammer. You can't do anything. Your sword is way bigger than our hammer, but it does no damage. I think it's just tickling me. We'll activate our divine protection. We'll keep hammering away at her. Yep, that's it. You're finished. You're done. We have beaten the mod pack. Unless, nope, there was no third phase. Was there really no exclusive item for defeating them? Now I feel ripped off. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have defeated every single Souls-like boss in this mod pack. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Click the video that's on your screen right now. And that is it from me. I'll see you next time.